What's going on, everyone? We got Daniel, Rick, and Irie.
All right, so welcome back to the next episode of the R.I.D podcast. Today's episode is episode number 1. So Rick is gonna start us off.
Get the fuck off with that
I just want to say people have asked for this, and we've also all had the idea to do this, so we're just gonna go ahead and do it.
But mostly it was people asking us.
Yeah, mostly
'Cause it
people
would just
asking
be
us.
like-
But Daniel had some sort of a dream or a
dream.
epiphany or something.
Tell us about the dream. Who was in it? What were they doing? And was it
I don't think Rick was there.
in the dream? Fuck.
No, there was no dream. It was just
A text message.
yeah. I sent Irie a text. I said, "Bro, we got to do a podcast." It's like, why aren't we doing a podcast?
Because when we were streaming and we're playing video games and we're hanging out, half the time we're just kind of chilling there. But especially since Daniel and I have been off the weed for a while, we're a little more engaged these days. We're not just kind of hanging back. We're talking, we're bullshitting. It's basically a podcast, but with some distractions. So now we remove the distractions. We got
Into the
Japanese
game.
jazz on 1% volume. That's about it.
Is it literally 1%?
Maybe 4%.
Okay.
That sounds louder than 4%. I'm saying 10.
Well, no, because that's the certain volume there, and then I can also adjust my end. This is their end. They probably don't even hear it.
Do we have a topic?
this
so
whole
the
fucking
fir-
video is just this is swirling the discs.
So the first topic is gonna be Napoleon Dynamite. That's a good
Alright.
icebreaker.
Okay, so remind me again, because I remember that this was my introduction to that film. This was when I just started going to public school for the first time, IBL, but I started off in grade 7. And pretty much everyone was just quoting the shit, going, gosh, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is everyone saying this shit? And then it just came to me that it comes from a film. And then I asked my dad, I'm like, have you ever heard of this movie? And he's like, I don't know, fuck. We'll see if it's on Xfinity. And I watch it. Whole time I'm laughing, but at the same time I'm thinking, what the fuck is this? You know, is this a real film or is it
Pretty much the experience.
is it a documentary with incredible production value, or? But then now it's how many years later? Like 15, almost 20
Probably
years
15.
later, and now it's still a talkable point.
Mhm.
The whole film is a talkable point. But what the fuck happened to John Heder? Like, what is he doing now?
We made like a couple movies. He had a movie where it started off with the song "Lovely Day." It's pretty sick. He was like a person who gives out car tickets and stuff. I forgot what it's called though. I could be the little researcher.
I feel
while
like
we
yeah,
talk about
I think,
topics.
um,
I feel like this motherfucker's like always gonna be known for kind of like how Radcliffe is always gonna be known for Harry Potter,
Potter.
even though he played a bomb role. Have you ever seen that film Imperium?
No, but I did
You've heard
see
about
this
it, right?
movie,
Oh.
The Lost City, and it has
Lost Titty.
Sandra Bullock, Daniel Radcliffe, Channing Tatum, and Chris Hemsworth. But then later in the movie, when you look at his face, you realize it's not Chris Hemsworth; it's actually Brad Pitt. So
Well, I mean,
that happened
Damn.
in real life.
You know, he was in Benchwarmers and School for Scoundrels. Damn,
Yeah.
forgot about all that. But yeah, it seems like nowadays he does a lot of
Voiceovers, right?
voiceovers.
I heard that doing voiceovers in animated films for actors is like basically printing money.
Oh, he was in Blades of Glory.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's
That's him. Oh.
yeah,
dude.
he's the one that said on his voicemail the outgoing message is, if you can dream it, you can do it. Please leave a message, you know.
Is that why you started that?
I can't even find.
Yeah, it was because of that movie. I mean, I
You can't find the
clearly
Napoleon
stole it.
No, I can't find the other movie I was thinking of. But I was also gonna say, we plan on sometime talking about hallucinogenics, but I want you to go into your favorite story, and this is describing. What was that one movie called with the basketball? Will Ferrell.
Oh my God, Semi-Pro.
Semi-Pro.
I'm
Daniel
yeah.
having to describe the movie Semi-Pro to his dad while coming off of shrooms after us doing a crazy
I think you
6-hour
just told
experience.
the whole story.
No, but you gotta
Well,
try to break it down.
You synopsisized it.
Yeah.
You got a plot.
So you said one day we plan to talk about this, but you need to talk.
So one day we
about...
plan to talk about hallucinogenics, like just in full. But here's one good, quick story from it.
Oh, you want me to do that now?
Just a quick little, breakdown.
Yeah, I don't remember what day it was. Probably sometime, within the year.
2012, 2013.
Yeah, it was probably
Yeah,
around
that's
that
within
time.
the year.
Within a year.
my
Some year.
My bad.
Yeah, I don't remember what we did during that day. I'm sure we just hiked through the mountain a bunch.
That was the one with the Brandon and
Brandon.
potentially driving.
prank out.
Potentially.
Oh my god! Now I remember. Now I remember.
By the end of the show, I'm dropping you off. Let's guys skip over something.
No, I won't skip over
Wait, is this one where
any
you're
of
trying
it.
to-
No, I don't
It's
want that
very
on- I don't want
important.
that on our first
Oh yeah.
podcast.
Okay, it's very important that we're not going to talk about it yet. But
Ari doesn't even let me talk about it.
so the first things first was the plan was to go see Cabin in the Woods
Yep.
on shrooms.
I have one quick point to add though. Yesterday I was at the Walgreens where it all started. I went there.
Oh, I've
we were
been there a
on
few
the
times,
ground,
yeah.
And you were tripping. I was literally there yesterday.
Yeah, okay. Well, this was
That
going to
was
be a quick
flashbacks.
story, but I think he's setting me up with a lot to talk about, honestly. But
Ow.
suffice to say, we decided it was not a great idea in the moment to actually go to the movie theater and watch Cabin in the Woods. We decided we'd rather be in nature, so you know, there's a reason we won't talk about that we were trying to go to a Walgreens. It was the wrong Walgreens, but
It's a wrong
There was like
Walgreens.
5 Walgreens in like one little
on
area.
the same street. And yeah, so we were trying to find someone for no reason at all. But I'm sitting there on the bench, and it's got these big concrete, like, square kind of tiles, you could say.
bird shit all over.
And Irie and our friend are, you know, over by his car talking. And they start hitting me, and like literally, like
What?
they lifted off the ground, and they were just like spreading infinitely,
She was
right?
just sitting there like.
And then they come back and they get me, and I'm like, dude, I am feeling. Then Irie goes, I'm like, dude, no, like I'm feeling. And Irie's like, are you okay to drive? I was like, I can't drive, dude. I don't even have a license, and I am tripping. And Irie's like, no. Are you okay to sit in the car while I drive without like throwing up in my car? I was like, oh yeah, we're good.
Dude, that's the
So,
scariest thing you could tell Dan at that time.
you know, we're going on. We find a little walking trail. We're walking. I think we saw a snake. Pretty sure we saw a snake.
a snake,
Saw a
at,
snake.
like a kid with a scooter.
We end up dropping off our friend, and he's like trying to tell us how to get like back to our city, and he's not doing a great job of describing it. So we kind of just drive in one direction, hope we find another direction to go. It worked out fine.
Follow the signs.
We end up at Taco Bell
Yeah.
because Irie's like, oh, I kind of want like a Crunchwrap Supreme. Do you want one? I was like, I don't really want one, but we could go. He's like, dude, I'm tripping too hard. You need to go in for me. She says, go in, get 2 Crunchwrap Supremes. I go in, I'm like, this guy wants 2 Crunchwrap Supremes.
You ordered 9.
I order them. I'm walking out and I see these 2 guys from our high school. I don't
They were
even know.
fucking with me hard.
Dude, I see them like creeping down by his car, and I look at them like, what's up? And they're like, shh. And they're like,
And they didn't even know anything.
banging on the. Yeah, they had no idea. They thought Irie was just chilling in his
I was
car.
just like high off weed or
Dude,
something.
they like run off after like banging on his windows or something. I get in, I'm like, dude, that was crazy. And he's like,
Wait, who was banging?
dude, did that just
He's
happen?
like tripping some other guy, and they're just at the window, just like. And I was like, what?
And so then he like starts to eat his Crunchwrap Supreme, and he's like,
I didn't take
he's
one
like,
bite.
oh, dude, this is gross. I can't eat this. Do you want mine too? And I was like, what do you mean? I don't even like Crunchwrap Supremes, bro. So Irie wasted the 2. Yeah, threw them both away. It was his money. He sent me in, but
Don't you put it in the bag and take it home, put it in the fridge, man.
no, he did not want his parents questioning anything about the day.
Yeah, because
Why'd you
he was
order 2
holding the
Crunchwrap
bag.
Supremes and eat 1 bite? You can't explain that without shrooms.
And he was probably holding the bag like this instead of holding it like.
So
And then I'd go to drop off Dan at his house.
yeah, he's
And with
dropping
the
me off.
skateboard,
Yeah,
with
because
Brandon's
we have our
skateboard.
buddy's skateboard in the back of the car, and Harry's like, I can't show up with a random skateboard to my house, and I was like, don't worry, dude, I got this. I'll just say we dropped off our friend who met us on a skateboard, and he wants me to bring it to school tomorrow, which was true. That was true.
Was that a. No,
So-
wait.
So I'm
was true
walking.
or
I'm
you-
walking with the skateboard. I'm like, yeah, Irie skates and I don't, but it's not less weird for me to show up to my house with a skateboard.
With
So
that
I'm like, okay, I got the skateboard. I'm walking in, go beeline to my room, and my dad is like laying on my bed watching fucking Semi-Pro, and I'm like, definitely was expecting to be alone. So I go, and I had a couch in my room. It was super chill. So I'm like, chilling on the couch. And I'm like, oh yeah, this movie's really great. And my dad's like, Yeah, I think I started like halfway. What's it about? And I'm like,
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
well, I'm like, dude, I have seen this movie, but I cannot describe what this is about. I did my best. I started saying, oh yeah, you know, he's like, he's got a basketball team. He's like really bad, but like, I don't know. They get like bought out of the league because they're really bad. But then he's got to like get together a team to be really good.
And the whole
So
time
that they
your eyes
can
are
get
like
their
this,
team
probably.
back together. And he's like, oh, okay,
this
yeah,
guy.
that makes sense. That makes sense. So I sit there and watch the rest of the movie with my dad,
And your
and
eyes are probably
I am still feeling.
Yeah, I got home and then
like, you look like
I
this.
got home and my parents got home and my mom gives me all this like chocolate. And then I'm just like trying to eat this chocolate, which usually I would just be like, oh, thanks, I'll devour it. But I'm just, I had a couple pieces, like, yeah, I don't know, you can have the rest. You're like, oh, okay. And we're watching The Office, and Pam's head is like this big. It's like a block.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the? I'm like, I gotta go take a shower. I'm in the shower, and I'm just like, still like tripping balls.
Showering is even scarier.
Oh, man. But yeah, so that's a good.
It's fun.
All right, so this is a good story. So, Soup God, no, we will not switch outfits right now. Don't take over the podcast. But
There's no way we're switching out.
thank you for bringing that up, because that is a funny. So remember, Soup God did ask us once to switch outfits,
did, yeah,
and
it
we
was-
actually did
yeah,
it for
we
like 50
literally-
bucks. I gave it 25.
Yeah, we actually
So
got new
full
and
outfits?
that's and that's why
underwear, socks. We didn't give a fuck.
no, I don't think we did underwear and socks.
I'm just
But,
fucking.
but no, so that's why I ended up buying a leather jacket, because I went into his leather jacket and I was like, actually, I don't look that bad. Even this doesn't fit me at all. I was like, this doesn't fit me at all.
Yeah,
but
every time we go
like
out,
the pants were so tight on me, bro. I'm talking like I was looking so funny. I couldn't even button it. I looked so funny. And then he was wearing like my
Gray
huge,
sweatpants.
super big purple sweater that went down to
Yeah.
like his knees.
Gray
He looked like
sweatpants.
Barney.
like
Hell yeah.
huge.
So that is a good story.
Gray
That's a good
sweat-
story.
yeah.
But unfortunately, yeah. So Soup
Well, it's not
God.
really a
Yeah,
story, it was
every
an
so
occurrence.
often, I'm gonna try to read chat and I'll have to go like this.
Yeah.
So if you see that,
No, we're
I'm
doing
not
the.
just hating
Is
on
it better
you.
for
moving
me
the
to be
mic.
like be over
Oh,
here?
Oh,
Love
that's
it.
so good.
I love it.
That's so good.
Looks
On the
so
fly.
Fucking hot, man. I mean,
And this is
like-
for me to research.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
The right is research, the left is y'all. You know.
Okay. So what else we got? That's some good stories. That's a good story to start off. So
Should I tell the story that I told you earlier? The peyote story.
You gotta speak up.
no, that's a little too. No, he's.
It might be
he's
too
trying to
long.
be
I
quiet.
gotta.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
another.
you don't wanna
it's a-
mumble.
Another next time.
Next time, it's a tripping story on.
I already heard today.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, it's a peyote.
Oh, Irie's already
Um,
heard the story today, so it's not good enough.
All right. Gone too far. Card or paper straws.
Okay.
Have paper- no, have-
Listen to me right
The
here.
topic is cardboard straws. Have they gone too far?
Yeah.
And my first situation I'll posit is I don't think they're fucking cardboard straws. I think they're paper
The
straws.
cardboard is paper.
I think they're
Oh, yeah.
fucking paper straws, bro.
Okay, when I feel these things, and I feel these things all the time. Not like a weirdo, like I'm like no, like but every time I get a drink from anywhere, you know, I Club Fox or Club, Islands 32, any bar or club where there's a show playing, I order a drink. I always get my go-to drink, 7-7. Every time they put in a fucking straw, and like even with a plastic straw, I never drink a cocktail with a straw. I just mix it, throw the straw at the bartender, and then start drinking. But now they got these fucking papers. Okay, I'm gonna call them paper straws now. They got these paper straws, and check it out. Like, they don't affect me because I don't drink booze through a straw. Who does that? Except for a lot of people. So I just use it to briefly mix it, and then I dispose of the
Yeet
straw.
it and delete it.
Yeah, I know when to hold them and to fold them. So I get rid of the straw immediately, but everyone else besides me who actually drinks from straws, who the fuck would... The people that drink from straws, these fucking people, they complain, and I can see their complaint. It's because when you put paper in water for a long time, it starts to, you know, what's the word, disintegrate or breaks down, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so these guys are complaining. So, and they say, like everyone says this, you know, all the crazy. They're like, it's for the turtles. It's like, no, it's not for the fucking
Right,
turtles.
so in the turtle straw thing is apparently a whole fucking myth. I mean, it's like
biggest thing that's fucking turtles up
it
is
happened once.
Or nets.
More than once,
net
I'm
like
sure.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, there are so many worse things in the ocean than straws for every wildlife, not just turtles.
Like,
I got a question for Dan.
And what's what?
Like the cans.
Yeah, but what? And like shrimp, like drag nets
In your-
for shrimp.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because I was gonna
Um,
ask you a question.
Well, but here's the thing: what's stopping a fucking paper straw from getting in a turtle's nose? I know it's gonna get all soft and disintegrate, whatever.
But maybe
but
the
like-
turtle could like inhale the thing,
But here's the thing.
like choking
You
on
go.
the rocks.
You get. When I get my, soda from McDonald's, whatever, right? I'm gonna order it with no ice. If we're sitting at a restaurant, I'll probably be drinking it more consistently. Ice is whatever. But like,
Whoa.
Whoa,
ice is all right.
ISIS? Yeah, they're fine. They're...
But
Yeah,
the reason why I don't get ice is because my drink is probably
for
going to be
God.
sitting for a while. I don't want the ice to turn into water down my drink. The paper straw just throws all of that out. You can't sit on your drink with the paper straw. It just becomes unusable.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me why motherfuckers are putting paper straws in a goddamn milkshake. You either get the thinnest, like,
That's
little,
ridiculous.
like, margarita straw or a
That's
paper
when you
straw.
actually need a cardboard straw.
No, dude, you need a fucking thick straw.
Like
Like,
a-
something wide,
like
something
a-
wide.
no,
They give you a paper straw
You
and a
gotta have like a
milkshake.
Moscow mule straw.
Who is
Steel.
doing that? Who is putting paper straws in a
Wait,
milkshake?
That's a real thing, though?
Yeah, dude, it's
Well, it's been a
happened.
long time since I had a milkshake, so I don't know if they do that. Like, I usually say, yeah, can I get my
That's-
milkshake?
It's
with no
happened
fucking
at
straw?
least once before, and
What I will say is that,
terrible
like,
experience.
Metal straws would be
They've gone
better
too far.
if you could actually clean out a metal straw properly. Metal straws are so hard to clean out.
I call them
Yeah.
Moscow mule straws.
We used to get like a pipe cleaner, or
Exactly.
braces cleaner, like something similar but bigger.
It looks the same, but it's just bigger.
A metal straw cleaner.
So what about the
I was gonna say, like, I was picturing my head like a fucking lead pipe or some shit.
So what about the English language? Where do we stand on that?
Well, I mean, when you learn more languages, like, you gotta learn Spanish. Like you said,
I do. Yeah. By
When-
the end of the year, I'm gonna
yeah,
start.
that's great, man. Because I will do it with you. Because I still need to get my Spanish like a little bit better, so I can, you know.
Okay, but Rick is saying this like being semi-decently fluent in at least like 5 languages already.
Well,
He's pretty good with German. He's pretty good with French,
French is way stronger than my German.
English,
My
and
French is almost as strong
and he
as my
dabbles in like
ASL,
Japanese.
Afrikaans, Japanese. Well, Japanese is like an ever learning thing. And
Sure.
They're never gonna be like, oh, I learned the whole language, I got it now. It's Japanese is like not that language.
The only language that I
Spanish is
know
that.
is English and Twitch chat.
That's English. as well.
Poggers, bro. Poggers in the
Oh, that kind
chat.
of shit.
Kappa.
Like, Kappa.
Kappa, yeah.
I know
so-
that's a Greek letter, but
New topic is we'll take a viewer topic. We
Well,
aren't
we just
gonna
have to say-
always break for viewer
Yeah,
topics,
we
but
just
this
have
one
to-
we will.
We just have to say though, like I before E except after C, it's bullshit.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They should make it into a song. I before E, except after C, except for, and then name all of the words.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Pokemon rap. You know, I can't think of any at the top of my head, but you know,
Or
you
like
just-
the United States rap, like the.
It's not a rap.
United States. rap.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, that one.
Yeah.
You know it. You know it.
I don't
know
actually,
it.
I don't.
He doesn't know it. You know it.
I'm imperialist nationalist, man. What can I say? I
All
don't know
right,
about
so
America.
Soup God saying is a hot dog a sandwich?
And I will firmly take the stance that
Well,
I don't believe there is anything inherently different of the genetic makeup of
But
a
don't say
hot dog and a
genetic makeup,
sandwich.
man.
I I think a hot dog could be a sandwich. I'm
But let
not
me-
gonna
let me-
call
let
it
me-
a sandwich, but I think it is. I think it is one. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I want a sandwich. Let me get a hot dog. But
Yeah, but
like
what-
meat between bun, you put some condiments in. What's the fucking difference?
But do you know where the term sandwich was? Not the term, but like
You
how
know,
a
there's
sandwich
such
was
thing as an
invented.
open face.
You do realize sandwich is
Yeah.
named after a guy named something sandwich. I swear to God.
This is like a 1/4 open sandwich face. You know, a hot dog? Because like open face is just like boom. And then
It's like it's like the
It's like-
peninsula of sandwiches.
Yeah.
It's got like 3 sides surrounded by bun. It's like basically the peninsula of sandwiches.
I mean, I would just say a hot dog is a hot dog, but I respect it being a sandwich as well.
Yeah, replace the hot dog with meatballs,
I
and
don't
it's a
think-
sub.
I don't-
Great point. I've never heard anyone bring up before. Hot dog is a sandwich.
Yo, what
Yeah,
what
I
what
mean-
Sugat just said is kind of like saying if you put this letter at the end of this word, it's a completely different word.
No, that's not a good analogy because you're being obtuse and he's being smart.
What the fuck do you mean? It's the same analogy. It's the same type of analogy. You're replacing something and
No,
that's a
but you're
wholly new
saying
thing.
you're taking something that isn't something, and then you add another letter, and now it is that thing. But he's saying you take one thing that is a thing, switch it with something else, and it is still that thing. So it's you're close, but no cigar.
I was trying. Can I
Yeah.
get like trying points?
You got trying.
Has Rick gone too far?
So I think
With what exactly? Because there's a lot of things.
I
that
think
went too
if anyone wants to debate that a hot dog isn't a sandwich, give me your reasons. I promise you'll be wrong on
just
every
give them
single
to
one.
Dan because I'm cool off.
But so anyway, it's basically like
Email him.
some of our topic ideas is gone too far. But we've already touched on one of those today about the paper straws. And then there's also top fives. Maybe we could even do top threes, top twos somewhere.
Pokemon.
This
Yeah, top
this is not like is cereal soup. There's a lot of different
No,
definitions of soup, right?
Soup has to have broth. Cereal has milk. Milk is not broth.
No, but it turns into a broth like halfway through. Have you ever had like Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yeah, but it's not considered
Okay,
a broth.
but no.
A broth has
Most
has to come
soups
from the juices of
Are gonna
meat.
be hot.
Milk is
No
just
one wants their cereal
cow
hot. It's like, it's so different. One is a dairy product. You shouldn't be
No, there's
eating
cold
dairy.
soups.
As
Cold soups.
I know, there's cold soups, bro. Stop hating on me. Dairy should not be consumed by the human body,
But I like.
but soup should be. Cereal is not soup.
So you're saying that, you know,
Wait, I have.
We use,
I have
like,
cereal
oat
with-
cows
with
have
soda.
rights, but chickens
We
they
use
can go
like
fuck
oat
each
milk
other.
usually, but like okay. I just don't think cereal is soup, but I think a hot dog
I
is
don't
a
think cereal is
sandwich,
soup.
and I don't think they're the same question. I don't think that's. I don't think it's a
I agree
comparable
with that.
question.
I'm on Dan's
because
side, yeah,
because there is so much about a hot dog that you can compare to any other sandwich, and you're like, yes, cereal and soup. You're just like, well, it's hard stuff inside of wet stuff. Soup.
Okay. 3 Nights says a hot dog is definitely not a taco.
Yeah, sex is soup, guys. Hard stuff inside of wet stuff.
But so that's the question: is a taco a sandwich?
No, it's not. No. Because it has to be bread, not tortilla.
Well, you could have a flour tortilla. You could have soft tacos, but that's more like. Is it
Okay,
a
I wanna
sandwich?
say-
Okay, is a gyro a sandwich? Because if a gyro is a sandwich, then a burrito is a sandwich, and then a taco is a sandwich.
Well, a gyro is a gyro. A gyro is not a sandwich.
Gyro.
A falafel is a
It's called
falafel.
gyro,
it's a
not
sandwich.
gyro. Come on.
It's called a. Oh my bad. No, in New York they say gyro, and that's
But New York is not fucking Middle Eastern.
New York is not the end-all be-all of how you pronounce things, all right?
Oh, yeah, I will say though, no, you have a good point.
Well, in
I
Portland-
hate saying hero
When they lived-
because
when
people
I lived
think
in-
that I'm literally just saying the word hero and not like actually talking about.
I know. Whenever I go to Mediterranean, I'm like, can I
Yeah,
have a chicken gyro?
Yeah.
Gyro? Can I
when
have one?
when I was living in Portland, they all said gyro.
I said, give me a chicken wrap.
I know because they're dumb.
Give me a chicken wrap.
Well, they actually are. You know. I mean, Portland was a weird place to live, man. It was like no normal
Hey,
people. It was
Rick,
just-
you're wrong. They're from New York, and they don't say that.
Okay, on a Seinfeld episode, on several Seinfeld episodes, they said gyro.
So we say euro.
And
thought
Seinfeld
it
is
was
the
Europe.
end-all
I
be-all
thought it was
of
more like
New
Europe.
York. Yeah,
It
Europe.
kind of was.
Oh, I was gonna say, you know what? One thing I've gone into recently that I'm probably really late to the party, but dude, tortas, a Mexican sandwich,
Oh yeah.
like
yeah.
with bread, dude, it's so good actually.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
It's amazing.
I don't think I've ever
When
had
did you
one.
discover this?
Bro, I gotta take you. I gotta take you.
Wait,
to
what
torta.
place you go to?
At the taco trucks.
Oh, okay, fine. Dude, we should just hit out that pink taco truck that's on.
Chili is
El
a
Camino.
soup.
Chili is soup.
Chili is its own thing, honestly.
I think chili's is chili.
Yeah, chili is chili, just like how I said.
You
hot
can
dog
make
might be hot dog.
all sorts of different.
There's no broth in chili.
Chili.
though.
It's like a square and rectangle kind of situation, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Not every sandwich is a hot dog, but like every hot dog is a sandwich. Oh no! Because you can make hot dogs so many ways. Hot dog in a bun is a sandwich. Hot dog in any other form might not be a
All right,
sandwich.
hot
yeah.
dog.
Boiled
wrapped-
hot dogs just like cut up in like
hot
in
dog
my mac and
wrapped in
cheese.
corn.
That's
Not a
more of a
sandwich.
soup than a sandwich.
We should just keep talking and not reading too much.
No, this is good. This is good. But we have to know when to move on. Is all.
Yeah.
But that's good though. I like the sandwich talk. So flashlights.
This is Rick's topic.
This is Rick's topic.
They're
So
trying to
Rick,
He has a story,
I didn't
think of it.
apparently.
yeah, you have a story.
I don't. You guys just were fucking with me, and you said, "Oh, we're gonna fuck with you." But I just... Okay, fine. I'll own up to it. All right, fine. All right, man. Okay, so this is my stance on fleshlights. If you really want to save your money, don't get one. Cause don't believe what they say, man.
On
They
the pop-up ads.
yeah, on the pop-up.
What do they always say on the ads?
It feels like the real thing, and you know, they're like, you know, $35, you know, so I'm like, fuck, you know.
Maybe that
might
was
as
the
well.
problem. You only spent $35.
Oh, so I had to spend $105 on the premium
It might have
package.
felt like the real
I
thing.
don't know, man, but it was just like click here to order one. It's like they only had one kind. The only thing you could choose that was customizable was the color. I went with the classic black, you know, just like what? Okay, fine.
It's just funny the way you
All right,
said
right,
it.
classic. You know.
We're enjoying the story.
I thought, when he said classic, I was expecting to hear pink. I mean, what can I say?
No, I mean the handle cover.
Uh-huh.
The handle is black, like a real flashlight. Because most flashlights I've seen in my life are black. You know, that's what I'm saying.
I've seen so many more that are yellow.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Fuck what I said there. Okay, so I get
I've
this.
never seen black.
So I get this thing in the
I
mail
haven't
from a guy
watched
who
that.
knocked on my door and gave me the package with a smile on his face. I'm like, fuck off. And then yeah, so I run up to my room. I just
So excited! It's like the real thing.
It's like Christmas.
yeah, I made some
For my
like
cock.
yeah, I was making like Scrappy Doo noises and shit. I was so stoked, right? So I take it out, and I'm like, okay, I gotta rip all this fucking, you know, paper, like this plastic off. There's like packaging in the pussy, man. There's like popcorn in the fucking thing. So I had to like get them all out right there.
Gotta keep it stretched.
Yeah, and then I'm like, let's try this thing out. And so I tried putting it in, and it's like, this is dry as a motherfucker, man. It's like it's so dry. It's like it won't go in.
Is there not a
It gets
warning?
stuck.
Like,
It's
I
kinda
wouldn't know, but I imagine there's a warning
no,
used with lube. I would have to imagine.
Lubricate heavily.
Maybe it did, but I was so excited I did not read the instructions if there were any. I just tossed the box up
So maybe
against
it
the
does
wall.
feel like the real thing. This is just
no,
user error.
no. I'm not. This is the very
This is the
beginning,
beginning
of the story.
Very beginning.
Okay.
This is the very beginning of the story. So then I'm like, it won't go in. This is fucking weird. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna lube it up then. I'm gonna put some, make it like slippery in there. So I did this. So I put like
It's like a Theo
Some sort of,
Von
like,
story.
oil
What's
and
the
shit
story
like
last night?
no, years ago, at a night, yeah. It was actually, it was early afternoon. But anyways, so I run up to my room. I try this thing, it won't go in. Then I'm like, all right, I obviously gotta lube it up a bit. So I put like some, like baby oil or whatever the fuck it is, something in there. And then I put it in, and then I'm like, okay, now it feels like I'm fucking rubber. And I'm like, okay, now what else can I do? I'm like, maybe I can heat it up a little bit. So I put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds. And then I do it again, and then I'm like, ow, now my dick burns. And I'm like, there's no way and then I just kind of like sulk, and I'm like, yo, I just wasted $35, you know?
I mean, a little bit more, and you could have had the real thing.
Yeah, but
I imagine, I don't know what going rates are for either of these.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard
they
that anything
range,
under
you know?
$1,000 is just not gonna, feel like the real thing. But
yeah, I mean, the only thing that feels like the real thing is the real thing.
Your cat's name? It's a terrible name
Dick
for a
Burns.
cat.
It's like Mr. Burns, but
If he was
if he
named
had a
Richard.
name,
I think we could probably move on to the next topic,
Yeah.
unless Irie has anything to add
no, it's good.
to the discussion.
I
'cause
was disappointed. No,
don't.
I was really disappointed because I really thought both of you would have some like stuff to say.
No, well, what?
No, all I can say is now I can say that like I have a friend, a good friend.
Oh my god, no, not
who
like
has
that.
used a fleshlight because I didn't know that I had a friend that's ever used a fleshlight.
Yeah, I didn't think.
Hey, whoa! Tried a flashlight. I didn't use it. I tried it.
That's not what she said.
Who's she? Tell me who she is.
The fleshlight.
All right,
It's not she. Oh wait. Oh.
moving on.
All right. So
Natural segue here.
ducks/animals we have down.
Well, slash animals, I don't know. That's like,
Oh yeah, you already had a lot to say about ducks.
yeah, I do have a lot to say about ducks. Now here's the thing: people think ducks quack quack. Okay, cool.
Let's
Little
get into
duck in the
qualifica-
pond.
No, qualifications first. Daniel does do.
I work with wildlife.
Wildlife.
Yeah, I do.
And ducks.
And I'm just like a hobbyist birder for sure. So that's where it comes to. Ducks.
One could say bird is.
Ducks are actually
This is the bird.
very
You gotta do the
diverse.
the bird.
Anyways, ducks like as a pet, not that interesting. Very
Whoa.
smelly.
Okay.
You gotta
There's a
clean.
YouTuber
Like,
who has like duck farm.
Is it true that they only have one hole for everything?
did you ask me this before?
Yes, I did.
Because
And you said yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's every bird. Every
know
it's
that.
not just ducks. It's every bird. It's called a cloaca, and Here's an insider tip for you. Bird facts no one knows. People are like, oh, I just got shit on by a bird. That is their piss and their shit. The white stuff is the urates. That's the piss. And any little solid thing in there, that's the shit.
Oh, damn. So the white has been the piss the whole time.
The white has always been the piss. So sometimes you might see just bird piss and you think it's shit.
What color is semen?
I don't know.
I've never seen bird semen. I don't even know what it looks like.
Maybe you just didn't know what to look for, but maybe you've seen it a lot.
Maybe I've seen a lot.
We're going to ignore that topic, considering at the very least 2/3 of us only have a single parent left. So I don't know about Rick, but
I don't want to talk about it.
But anyway, so
ducks. So ducks. There's a lot of them.
Rhymes with.
There's a good variety. They're actually one of the more fun things to bird because in our area they migrate through during the winter. So during the winter time, we get all sorts of cool ducks. Personally, I think like the cutest ducks are buffleheads. They're pretty small.
I'm gonna look at these motherfuckers.
Yeah, bufflehead.
I'll pull it up.
Probably the cutest duck. What do you? Yeah, let's see what these guys think. In the meantime, pull up a new.
Oh,
that's adorable.
Yeah, so that's a male.
They look like one of them like.
And now just click on
legs,
click
you know what I'm
on images though, like click on images just to see more, because you'll probably see like a female.
This would be crazy if someone walks in on
These are like all males.
We're just looking at ducks. That's filling up the.
Yeah, I mean that kind of looked like a female. Oh yeah, go right there on the cursor, that little one on the right with the little white patch. So cute. Yeah, super cute, right? So bufflehead's probably the cutest duck. I think my favorite
They
duck.
look like little cartoon Disney ducks. Like
My favorite duck might be cinnamon teal. A cinnamon teal.
that's the actual species names.
Yeah, they're really cool
nice.
looking. Just cinnamon and then teal.
You know,
Irie is slacking on his job, but
S-I-N-M-N.
everyone at home listening right now, you can look these up on your own. Bufflehead, cinnamon teal. They're pretty easy to find.
Okay,
That's a cool duck. But there's all sorts of ducks, man. You've got
Can I give you some
scops. You've got scoters. Scoters are great, man. Scoters. Oh yeah.
Are those the kind of ducks that you see in duck
all two people listening at home? I see 4 names in chat.
and this is about to go on to the YouTubes where we're gonna get.
Yeah, this is for like the later. This is for later.
10.
All tens of you. Dude, no, what you don't understand is
You just say
in a year
sentence.
from now, when this is real popular, people are gonna come back to the first episode for sure.
It's gonna blow up.
So we might have dozens.
It's gonna
at that
blow
point.
up without the up in there.
It might be bad. We'll see.
We gotta get some celebrities up in this.
Well, let's see what other kind of ducks are there. I said
let me
stops.
ask
I
you this.
said
In duck hunt, what duck do you think that is?
that's a mallard,
And that's
guaranteed.
okay. It's definitive. It's a mallard.
Yeah, which is a fine duck. It's just your standard little pond duck. Everyone knows mallards. Well, not everyone.
And it's traumatic now because you've seen them get like killed a lot in duck hunt.
The dog is really cool about it, though. You know.
No, let's see. We've got. Well, there's green winged teals, blue winged teals. Those are also great. Ruddy ducks. Ruddy ducks are hilarious with their little tails always up.
Is it hilarious?
Yeah, ruddy ducks are hilarious.
Is it like is it like a Dave Chappelle stand-up special? Am I gonna laugh that hard?
Good point.
Talking.
Yeah, we got ruddy ducks. We've got greater,
Ruddy
lesser
ducks.
stops.
Ducks.
I mean, there's
Girl
a
like
canvasbacks.
has
You got
no on a duck.
canvasbacks, redheads, great ducks.
You mean gingers?
No, it's called a redhead.
Okay.
Great ducks. I mean, suffice to say, there's a lot when it comes to ducks. And if anyone has any duck-related questions, feel free to ask in the comments. I'll be there. I'll be in the comments
This guy's
waiting
total-
for anyone.
He's a duck head for sure.
Duckhead. I mean, they're not even my favorite group of birds, but they are good for filling out your bird list because there's just so many.
Alright,
and they're
top
pretty easy to
3
find.
General animals.
Top 3
number 1,
general
cat.
animals.
They keep-
Number 1, cat. Because they're like little gods, you know.
Irie's number 1.
So-
Well,
so-
not number 1, just like
No, we're not coming up with
one of
top 3 like
Our
all
favorite
together. I'm
animals?
saying like your top 3, your top 3, my top 3.
Like the ones that we
Yeah,
like.
so you got cat.
Like cats, hamsters, Because they look funny, you know, and they're fun, you know. What was that face? Like you're judging me for liking hamsters?
So what is it? Cat.
Cats, hen, hamsters, and African penguins because they're adorable.
Okay. I'm at flamingo, cat, dog. Flamingo's
cat,
like my
dog.
wild card, but it's been my favorite animal since 8th grade, and I
on
have
your
so
shirt?
many. Not on this shirt, no, but
Yeah,
I have a lot of
impressed
flamingo
not.
shirts. And then yeah, I mean I love cats. I love cats even more than dogs these days, but I do love dogs. He's gonna have some cool ones.
So yeah,
They're gonna be very technical.
Probably gonna say rats or something like that.
I was considering saying rodent.
I will say that there's kind of a difference with the top 3 pets and top 3 animals. but
Sure,
we Kind
sure.
of just did them together.
Well, I was gonna. He said general
Yeah,
animals, so I was gonna say like lemurs, ring-tailed lemurs in particular, but lemurs in general are just pretty great, pretty high up there on my list. Pinnipeds? No. Pinnipeds are great. I was considering them, but I like mustelids better. So mustelids are gonna be things like skunks, weasels, otters,
Very
minks.
general, very good.
Skunks and otters are
Wolverines,
insane.
badgers, mustelids are definitely up there.
Oh hell yeah.
The little blue heron, yeah, little blue herons are super cool. I like green herons, might be my favorite heron.
Well, at first
green
I was ready,
herons.
it looked like a little heroin.
So we got lemurs, we've got mustelids, and I would say rodents. Rodents are definitely up there as like a general.
You're a bird watcher. You're a bird guy. Bird's not up there?
I'm-
Bird would be top 5.
I mean, birds is like super general, but yeah, I would birds for sure.
Birds for sure.
They're a lot of fun to watch.
No, where
ID
do
and stuff.
flamingos rank for you?
In birds,
Yeah. I'm not gonna be disappointed if it's not like up there. I'm just curious.
I mean,
They're cool, right?
maybe in top 100.
Yeah, sleep on one foot and shit.
They might be in the top 100.
Brutal.
Brutal.
I'm fine with it. I told you, give
we-
me the truth.
Yo, can we talk a little bit?
All right. So you want to,
fucking assholes?
Irie, you're gonna want to Google
It
this.
says hippos are assholes.
Hippos
'cause
are the biggest assholes.
You want to know flamingos? Flamingos are cool, but once you know what a roseate spoonbill is, you might not be that into flamingos anymore.
What is it?
Roseate, so like ROSEATE.
Dan, I got a
Yeah,
discussion
roseate
that I want to
spoonbill.
pose to you. I want to ask you some questions.
I mean,
about
it's kind of similar to a flamingo, but it's cooler.
The thing I like about flamingos is that they're everywhere. You know, they're on lawns, they're on shirts. You can find they're like a product, and I like that. You know,
And I like
they're in
that.
Legos as well.
they're like a sick.
Shit,
You know, it's
taking
a sick,
over.
Look, I got a flamingo right there.
This flamingo right there. That's a cat. Fuck. But I wanted to talk about hippos because I want to get some of Dan's insight on hippos. So, hippos, I believe they should change the name because hippo sounds way too cute for these fucking murderers.
So hippopotamus means river
Asshole.
horse. River horse.
Okay, I believe it. But the thing about hippos is like they're
Deadliest animal in the world.
yeah, they are the most murderous animal, and they don't eat meat. On occasion, on very rare occasions, they're omnivores because on like if they're starving, they can't find nothing, they might eat a little bit of meat and it won't agree with their stomach.
Yeah.
But hippos are supposed to be herbivores, so I'm thinking. So this whole time I was thinking, maybe hippos are fucking assholes because they're hungry all the time, like wild dogs or
Hungry
whatever.
hippos.
Yeah, hungry hippos. You would think that, but no, they just kill things because they're fucking assholes. And basically anything that can fit into their mouths, which can open up to like this big, maybe, or maybe bigger.
Oh, probably bigger.
Yeah,
dude.
whatever can-
Probably bigger.
any-
Probably like off screen.
Yeah, literally anything that can fit in their mouth, they will kill that thing, whatever it is. It could be even a lion. If a lion can fit in there, they could, And I heard,
Probably kill it. Yeah.
like each of their teeth, like hippos have like what 4 or 5 teeth, something like that. But they say that each of those, like per tooth, is about 200 pounds
Yeah.
of weight being crushed. Kind of like landmines. I didn't know this, but the impact when you step on a landmine, like the standard landmine, like in World War II, the ones that look like discs. So when you step on those and they explode, it's the sensation equivalency of like 20 shotgun shells just shooting straight upwards into you. So if you can imagine that, that's what a landmine is, or what it feels like. Just having 20 shotgun shells just shooting right upwards. And
Well,
then
you know what
you're
the
like, ow,
what
owie.
their special move really is, though, right?
Body slam?
Hippos.
What was that?
Well, it's not like a special move they use to like hurt people, but the shit copter. Like when they poop, they spin their tail and it goes everywhere.
But what does that do for them beneficially?
It's like better than wiping their ass.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was like to fend off predators. I was be like,
No, I
they're
don't
the
think so.
they're the top predators, I would think. Cause like a hippo can eat a tiger, not eat but kill a
But
tiger.
hippos
right?
aren't bigger than elephants, right? Or are
They are not. No, elephants are.
Hippos are not bigger than elephants.
Elephants, you got to get on like 2 ladders to ride
Damn
and go.
sounds
whoop,
brutal.
like Colonel Kong. Or
Boom.
Whatever. What are you
they?
doing?
I'm the cat.
Irie's the tripping cat.
Thank you, Punjabi. But yeah, so
This guy.
what?
Rick laughing at you saying that. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
just...
Laughing at something that happened yesterday.
He's just laughing at something that happened yesterday. Shit.
Yo, what's up,
Dude!
Glenn? Thanks for the fat raid.
Party of 44. This is unexpected.
All right, so new topic, and if you guys want to, if the new viewers want to give us any topics, feel free to.
Yeah,
but-
this is our pilot episode. We could use a little bit of help.
yeah.
But, god damn it, I had a thought in my head and then
Uh-huh.
it just fucking left. But it was gonna be good. God damn it. Oh yeah, like,
Dude, Clem coming
Remember-
through with the viewership,
do you remember
giving
like
us good ratings.
way back in the day? This is like when I met Dan. You know, like this was when I was visiting Pacifica from Oregon. You know, we would just be shooting the shit, dabbing, and playing games, right? But then it dawned on me. And then I asked Irie, I'm like, Irie, do you realize, like, how many people are watching us right now? And you said, yeah, about, maybe 50, maybe 70, something like that. And then I asked Irie a very serious question. I wasn't trying to be funny, but I'm like, do you think, Irie, there's at least, like, one person who's just watching us just to jerk off? And he's like, yeah, of course. Obviously. And I'm like, doesn't that make you feel uneasy? He's like, who cares?
Dude, it makes me
Like,
feel hot,
it's
if anything.
fuck. Yeah, but now I have to know that maybe one of y'all is jacking off to us. But you know what? We can't.
At least one person is.
Irie is aware, and he gave me that. How does that make me feel? Like
I can't tell what emoji
at first it
person
made me
used,
feel
but
uncomfortable,
she
but
is
then, you know.
always welcome to chime in.
Well, I'm cool with it now, but when I first, I didn't even know about Twitch at all until I didn't know shit about Twitch until I visited Irie when I was living in Oregon, and then I didn't know that there was like more than that many people watching us with no faces and no nothing, just in the chat, and I'm like, Irie.
Well, it's because
Aren't you-
Irie was like the up and coming
Yeah,
new like GoldenEye player
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
doing all right, but he was still pretty shit.
And then I felt a little bit uneasy because I'm like, oh, this is cool. I like, it's kind of cool that, fucking Christ. It's kind of cool that we got all these people watching us. But do you think that, aren't you worried that some people are jacking off to us? And he's like, of course they are. It's no big deal. You're not gonna see them. Come on. I'm like, all right,
You're
fine.
not gonna see them, so it doesn't really matter.
I mean, I do
See,
wonder
that-
about like the ladies that stream like pretty much just like
Oh, yeah, that's like
provocative content. all day.
99% of the guys are just
Because
like,
they're not actually there, like doing
you're-
only. If you're doing
they're
OnlyFans,
like-
of course you know like what you're getting into. But if you're on Twitch and you're just on Twitch, it's like of course you know that's like in the back of your head, but you're just like being naive and pretending it's not. But yeah, so
We
Let
got
me
more
see.
written down. We have to have.
all right, so we're gonna go through the top 5 Pokemon.
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 Top 5 stories from the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Gen 1.
I got a story. No, I can't tell that story.
You shouldn't tell that story.
No, it was. I read it in a
We're
book.
gonna
It's
do.
fucked up, man.
We're gonna do top 5 Gen 1 Pokemon.
I feel like
I'm not going
Squirtle-
first.
I
Fuck
feel like Squirtle's up there for me.
Cause you just like squirt. That's all.
No, he's cool. He's blue. And he got like the 2 little squirt guns.
Yeah, he shits bubbles.
Blastoise has the
Blastoise,
squirt guns, but Wartortle and Squirtle do not have guns.
Well, okay.
Squirtle
well,
squirts
all right,
at you.
that whole evolutionary chain. We're gonna go. I'm just gonna say
Okay.
that whole evolutionary chain plus the Charizard evolutionary chain.
Chaz.
That's
How do they say
2.
Charizard
I had like a-
in Massachusetts?
I had a
Charizard.
I had a Charizard, holographic back in the day. I sold it for $10 on eBay, and then I was like, oh, why did I do that? But yeah.
You stole your Chazad cat?
Yeah, my Charizard card.
Back.
And then I'm gonna go like Snorlax, is just epic. But what is his evolutionary chain even?
No, it's just-
Not in Gen 1, nothing.
he wait,
oh,
wait.
okay.
In other gens, he evolves.
Gen 4, he
That
has
makes me like
a
me more.
pre-evolution Munchlax.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm gonna go Snorlax is epic. He just sits there and sleeps. That's what I was.
Sandslash is cool. Sandslash is cool.
Yeah, and he can beat your ass when he wakes up for like 3 seconds.
And then just Pikachu is just goated, you know, especially because, you know, I have a big Pikachu and Jigglypuff, you know, that's like Super Smash Bros. You know.
Yeah, but
the
I,
Oh,
N64.
Jigglypuff?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
using those.
And from like the
More the
original
platforms.
anime, so funny. Just always like singing and just like
everyone's falling
getting
asleep
fuck-
and then it's getting
Dude,
bummed. Yeah.
tell me Jigglypuff isn't the original Tsundere.
It is. No, absolutely.
And then so what's your top 5?
Oh wait, did you say 5?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
It was
The Squirtle line, the black Charizard,
Squirtle,
the Charmander,
Charizard,
Jigglypuff, Pikachu, and Snorlax.
no,
Oh, I already know what my number 1 is. But...
yeah, Snorlax. Yeah, you got it.
All right, so I'd say like top 5 in no particular order.
Well, Kirby,
First,
I would say Kirby and Jigglypuff are like tied.
Kirby is not a Pokemon.
Okay,
he didn't meme. He wasn't memeing.
it's even better that way.
Wait. You like fucked up for real? Oh shit! This is him. This is not like Irie. He's usually
So,
me.
anyways,
Why?
we already know Irie doesn't know too much about Pokemon. Yeah, my first
I
favorite
watch a
Pokemon.
lot.
I usually like my first favorite Pokemon
games,
is
though. You play games,
Agumon. It's like I really like Agumon.
I had a big Pokemon card collection back in the day. I would play.
You should hit up the Sopranos.
Okay, so for me, so in no particular order, the absolute first is Mew.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Not
No,
Mewtwo,
Mew,
just
Mew.
Mew.
The tiny
and,
one that is
and I'll
more
tell you
powerful.
why. I'll tell you why. Not because all the rumors in the game, like, if you skip going on to the SSN or whatever,
Dude, I just got
and then
a
you
game
come back
for it.
later, there's gonna be a garbage truck there, and then you can, that's not why. The reason why is because from the Pokemon movie, Mew is the fucking sickest thing about that movie. He's literally like a cat with like psychic abilities
And
and can
more
fly.
more
He
powerful
is
than
the
Mewtwo.
cute. He's the cutest fucking thing. Always like the little noises he would make in his little flying around, like his little antics. I don't know. That always got me. I loved Mew in that movie.
And Mew could beat Mewtwo's ass, which is wild, man. You know, it's like Yoda beating the shit out of Palpatine at his goddamn desk. Why does Palpatine have a desk?
So around Mew. That's one. Number 1. All right, what else?
Digimon are the champions.
We got, we got 4 more.
Mew.
Don't sing that
Honestly, I kind of always liked Moltres, and I know, like, oh wow, Dan's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
with legendaries. Yeah, we'll move away. Moltres is just pretty dope. I've kind of always liked the Phoenix, like Firebird kind of
Oh.
aesthetic.
I was
So
a Zapdos guy myself.
yeah, see, like Articuno and Zapdos are pretty cool, but Moltres is the biggest of the 3 numbers. Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres. So
Oh shit!
yeah, so
Whoa.
number 3, yeah, Moltres. Yeah, he's got the whole fire thing going on. And you find him in Victory Road, and that's pretty fucking badass, actually. You're more likely to come across him than like Zapdos or Articuno, I feel like, because he's like in Victory Road. That's
Moltres can let your
That's
bong
sick.
for you, like voluntarily.
Moltres can light your bong for you, absolutely.
Where's my big? Here's my ball.
3 more.
There are this many's.
I'm trying to think.
I'm just thinking of my 5 right now.
Cloyster, but not because he looks like a vagina, you sick fucks.
It actually is.
He's just pretty cool with like all the spikes and shit. Like thinking back to me as a kid, like the spikes were cool.
And it also looks like it's just cherry on top, you know?
BRB.
It's true. Zapdos was in the Electric Factory. Was it called the Electric Factory or the Electric?
Oh, calling me out.
Oh my balls! Ah.
Zapdos. The Electric Factory is like a mandatory place, right? I guess I know that it's like at like near the top right of the map, right? You go like around the corner and down to get to him. Is Zapdos missable?
These are memories that I gotta like
You still need
power
2 more, right?
points. Yeah, this many.
Yeah, 2 more for sure. I'm trying to think. I'm just like playing through them in my head, trying to think
I used to
of some
really
good ones.
when I was a kid, I was really into the psychic and the ghost guys. You know.
Yeah, for sure. I was kind of thinking like
Who's
Haunter.
Ooh, yeah.
Not so much Ghastly, not so much Gengar. Gengar's pretty dope, don't get me wrong. Especially when like
It's my number
someone
one,
comes out
man.
with the theory of like Gengar being
The dead version
the
of
dead
another
version
what-
of like Wigglytuff.
Yeah,
I think.
something like that.
And I think Kangaskhan. And I'm not really big on single evolution like lines. Like I think it's kind of lame that they really overuse them in later generations. But Gen 1 Kangaskhan, pretty fucking sick.
All right, and then last one.
I got Mew.
I'm not saying Mew
from
is
Game
in,
Shark.
not because he's in the game, but from the movie, from the Pokemon movie, which was a Gen 1 movie.
It was.
All right, what's the last one? You didn't say the last one yet, right? Or did you?
Yeah, Kangaskhan.
Oh, what do you-
You actually kind of. You actually said my number one. My number one. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with Gengar. Right.
Oh well,
I love-
I like Haunter better. I think he's kind of
yeah.
yeah.
I just like.
I just thought he was. I thought he was a little creepier.
I don't know what it was. It was just like the
Gengar, so
the
yeah.
SS in Gengar. Because I thought that when I first played the Pokemon game, Lavender Town, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Lavender Town, the haunted place.
I think so.
I thought that was like the sickest thing in the game because it was the most off-putting, and I loved.
Yeah.
I got obsessed when I was like 7 years old. I got obsessed with all of the ghosts. And
You have to trade to get Gengar though.
You
I
do,
think.
yeah,
So
and that's-
kind of fucked.
So James, Irie's cousin slash nephew, who's older than him by the way. But anyways, no, he was my
That's hot.
Shout
Oh, no.
Shout out
You know
to
what it is?
James.
Yeah, shout out to James. But James had red, I had blue. So James and I would just trade so we can get as much as possible. So I was, I had a Haunter that was ready to evolve. And I'm like, James, come on, man, after school, can I go to your house so we can trade up? And he kept saying no. And then after like 2 weeks, then finally I went over to, his grandmother Terry's house. I always used to go there, like every day almost. And then he's like, all right, fine, let's do it. And then we plug our things in, we trade them. And I was like, I hope this works. This better fucking work. And then he traded me back my Haunter. I'm like, God damn it, it didn't work. And then all of a sudden on the screen is like, uh-oh, your Haunter's evolving. I'm like, fuck! Oh, yeah, it was like orgasmic at the time. I love playing as Gengar as well. He was one of those first guys to get up to like level 100. And then that brings me to my second favorite Pokemon, which is Chazat. Because the very first Pokemon I ever chose was a Charmander. And I thought Charmander was a little bitch. So I was just waiting. What? Hear me out.
It's a cute little guy.
Yeah, but I was waiting.
Remember
for...
in the anime when it rained and he almost died?
Yeah, that was fucked up, man. And remember that one episode with a gun where the Team Rocket literally had a gun, and they had to like ban that episode or some shit.
I think I was a little too late.
It was not.
Episode. It probably got banned before I ever saw it.
I didn't actually see the episode. I saw like the clip that was like never shown on air in the U.S. or some shit. And yeah, Team Rocket.
Oh yeah, dude.
They had like an
all you
actual
gotta do
gun.
is not shave. I mean, I guess I could say all you gotta do is not shave, but Rick and Irie would both disagree. They're not just gonna get this by not shaving, but
Dude, that's a myth. It doesn't work. You realize that everyone's like, oh, if you want to grow a beard, just keep shaving. No, that's bullshit.
no, I said don't shave.
Oh.
But like, if you guys just continually
Yeah, I
didn't shave, you wouldn't just get this.
Now I'm just like, why did I do that?
So all I gotta say, sorry to interrupt, Rick, but my dad used to always
Yeah, they're on
say-
YouTube. That's what I'm saying.
My dad used to always say, one day you're gonna have to shave every day. And I would always be like, no, I won't. He's like, yeah, you will. Just you wait. You're gonna have to shave every day. I'm like, no, Dad, I'm just not gonna shave. I'm just gonna grow it. I'm not gonna shave every day. One day you'll have to shave. Eventually, you're gonna have to shave every day. No, because I'm not gonna do it. Easy. All right.
Why don't you just fuck it and just do it
But
the
I
whole
appreciate
Duck
the
Dynasty
compliment.
thing, Like I
gotta trim it up. If it gets too long, they really scraggle out.
Yeah.
So you gotta like keep it shaped.
What's weird is like I'm one of those people where the only thing that I can grow is like a 5 o'clock shadow, but it doesn't look like a regular 5 o'clock shadow. It looks like a Japanese 5 o'clock shadow, which means that you can only actually see it when you're like this close to my face. If you actually look at my cheeks, you're like, oh yeah, there it is. There's a lot of hair over there. But if you're like a distance from me, it just looks like someone took like soot or some shit and just smeared it on my face very lightly. So from a distance, you can't tell I have like a 5 o'clock shadow, but if your face is like this close to me, then you'll be like, oh, I can definitely see them. Yeah, they're really, really thin, almost invisible. So it's the typical 5 o'clock shadow for like a Japanese alcoholic detective, you know.
So you're at
Two
Gengar.
Pokemon.
Oh, we're talking about Pokemon, yeah.
Gengar, Charizard,
Chazad.
Chazad.
I'm
I think we both.
I gotta go with number 3. I agree with Dan, but not just because of the movie and the game. I'm going with Mew, for sure.
Not even Mewtwo, just going with Mew. I like it.
Well, because Mewtwo's a dick.
Sure.
He's a jerk. Mew is adorable and he could fuck Mewtwo up. So 2 and 2, right? All right. So number 4. First gen. Let's see. Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime? Because he's a fucking weirdo. No, whoa, wait. Take away Mr. Mime. Far-fetched. Far-fetched. Because I like the idea that they're like, yeah, I got an idea for a Pokemon. You're like, alright, what is this? We already got like 90. What's your idea? Alright, it's a duck. He's like, okay, what does the duck do? He's like, the duck has like
It's got a leak.
It's got like a stick.
It's a leak.
It's a leak, yeah, it's a leak. And he uses the leak as a weapon. They're like, is he drinking on the job again? What the fuck is it? And they're like,
4.
yeah, I'm gonna say Farfetch is 4 because I like the idea. Because I picture in my head someone pitching the idea for that character and everyone being like, dude, why is this guy still drinking on the job? This guy's crazy. We're gonna put him in, but we're gonna fire that guy for thinking about that stupid shit.
Dude, I don't really like Red Bull. I prefer Monster, honestly.
And then number 5. Oh wait, we're only doing first gen, right? Yeah, okay. Pichu is silver and gold, right? Pichu's not in the... Yeah, Pichu's not...
You're right.
I know what you're trying to read, but please...
Oh, I thought he said tits. He said tats. But if you go tit for tat...
Alright, I'm on my 5th, but I might say Ditto then. Because anything that I would think
Ditto.
I like...
Literally wrote
Then I
that
can
down.
just-
I was gonna segue and say like my
Motherfuckers.
least favorite was Ditto.
No, but... No,
I have a story. Okay.
the reason why...
Oh, wait. I've got a story that it needs to be brought up before it
What,
becomes too irrel.
A Pokemon story?
Yeah, because it has to do with trading. I thought of it when I
Oh,
talked
I
about
thought you meant
Gengar.
like you encountered
So
one.
Gen 1 trading. I'm at my grandparents' house hanging out with my cousin. My sister's there. I talked my sister into doing a trade, right? I'm like, okay, sure. I'm like, I had just started a new game. I'm pretty early on. I'm like, oh, dude, I really want this Pokemon. So I'm like, oh, I'll give you this if you give me that. She's like, okay. And I think she had it holding like an item I wanted too. So I had her trade it. And as we're trading, she's like, no, I changed my mind. Give it back. I go, woo! And I fucking DC'd, bro. I DC'd
What?
from her and kept her Pokemon. I
You are a
disconnected.
dick, man.
I disconnected that trade cable and I said, psych! And I kept that shit, dude.
What?
Then what?
She probably punched me. She was.
She probably punched.
She was.
Did you ever give the Pokemon back? Because you literally you're kidnapper now. That made you a
Alright, so
kidnapper.
this is my story. So freshman year, I was dating this really cute girl, right? Her name was Ashley, and we've been dating for maybe I don't know, like a month and a half, 2 months or so. I'm hanging out with my friend Matt, and we're skateboarding around, right? Going up the hill, trying to find some sick skate spots and just venturing around. And I didn't have a cell phone at the time. I didn't get a cell phone until I think sophomore year. So I was using his cell phone to text her. And so I'm just like talking with her, saying some stuff, you know. And then Ashley Garcia.
No.
Oh.
Who was-
Oh, Matt Dodge.
Why are you saying?
Who cares?
last name?
Who cares? These are not problematic things. We're just
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, they're not
So-
bad people.
So either way, so we're going around. You know, shout outs to Ashley, but you know she kind of did me dirty. You know, this is like a long time ago. So we're going around, and basically, I'm texting her, and you know I'm feeling in love, right? I'm
We've got
feeling in
someone in
love.
chat who literally knows these people.
Butterflies in your
So I'm
stomach.
feeling in love, and I just
constant boner.
this is what I say. I say, I love you. I love.
Kid, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're serious? That's
Yeah.
that's wild. But yeah,
Why are
so
you fist bumping for that? You know.
that's dope. No, good for him. But
Okay.
so you know what I said? I said I'm feeling in love, and I'm like, I love you, babe. It's the first time I ever said I love you. All right.
You should just said I was drunk.
Well, to her. So I'm saying I love you, and you know what she says back? Ditto. That's all she said. I had never heard the word ditto apart from Pokemon. I didn't even realize the connection.
When she was-
and I'm like, ditto. I'm like, She said ditto to me, and Master's like, what the hell?
I
Like,
bet you when she.
that's like
with
the
all due
most
respect-
unromantic way to say I love you
With
back.
all due respect, she maybe was typing it while making Ditto's face. Like this, like.
She said ditto, bro. Like, it's so word of advice, if anyone ever tells you I love you or even anything nice, don't say ditto back. It might really make them fucking go crazy.
Well done.
You went
Irie, on the
crazy?
segue, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good segue.
Did you go crazy?
I was just like,
Were you
I
like,
think
what?
that's kind of like,
Ripping off your clothes
Not
and putting a
respectful.
remote control up your ass?
like at least you didn't say well, I don't, but I don't know. I feel like ditto is
Well,
just like so weird.
No, the worst thing you could ever hear if you say, like, if you text a girl, I love you, and they're like, okay. That's
Okay.
the worst.
Or K with a period.
Yeah, K. No, just K. No period. Or K, period.
But yeah.
Fuck it.
Okay. We got a good one. You ready then?
What's up with it?
Trumpet/trombone. I'm trying to. In 5th and 6th grade,
Alright,
I
let's
was
go back to
pretty
the
good at
30s.
trumpet.
Alright.
I was pretty good at trumpet, and Daniel was interested in trombone, and so I'm thinking that we go rent some musical instruments, and we just get musical with it. You know, we're big into ska. We're big into horns. We don't
Well,
have to say,
I
we're gonna
wouldn't
start a
rent-
band. We
no,
just
no.
want to jam. You know.
I
We
wouldn't.
just-
I wouldn't rent them. I would rent them to get a feel for
yeah,
it.
that's what I'm
see if
saying,
it's
and
your
then buy a
thing.
good one.
Okay, there you go. I was,
Because I might drop like $1,000 on it if I like it. You know, I might buy like a nice one. But that's why I'm
Trumpets are fucking expensive. Bro.
they are. But you know,
Good-
if I want a good one,
instruments are
and that's
expensive.
why I'm saying I should probably rent it for a month before I just like, ooh, grand. Oh, wait, what's all? Actually, I don't know if I want.
And now that we're not like smoking weed, like we have the breath for it, probably.
yeah. Oh, I've been working now. I got the breath control. Like, you know, ladies hit me up. I got the breath control. I got the stamina.
No, man, he has breast control. That's what he has.
I got breast control.
His own, but sorry.
But yeah, so definitely, Irie's origin story is darker than I would have guessed. Oh man.
What is Ari's origin story? Like
With the ditto one.
Pacifica? That's what I would think his origin story is.
Yeah, so he has long nails just for guitar.
He plays guitar, actually.
So like
That's
this is
true.
cut and this hand is
Yeah,
cut.
I gotta. Should I show the camera? Or
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you. Man. So that brings up another point of where Irie's saying like Dan wants to learn trumpet, right? But I also would love to learn bass.
I got you.
And
And
then
I want to
Rick
get back
makes
into drums.
And Rick was basically like,
Basically.
he was like, basically, Rick was
You
like,
motherfucker.
well, I play guitar. I could teach you bass. It's the same thing, but like with less
More
strings. And I was like, yeah, and I don't have to play any chords. And then he goes, oh, well, you can play chords on a trumpet, but not a trombone. I'm like, dude, the trombone is the bass of the trumpet.
No, but you know what a chord
I like
is?
Yeah, it's like,
Well, tell me what a chord is.
it's like when you do more than one note at the same time,
Yeah.
that makes like some harmonic. It's not harmonic.
Okay, you're close enough. But yeah, chords
That sound good.
chords are basically a collection of notes
That sound good.
that, when put together, create a new collective note per se, but they're not notes, they're chords. So you can actually expand upon them because it goes, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. But with chords, you can expand those tones into sevenths, into sixths, into major sevenths, and stuff like that. So that's why chords.
Is it possible to learn trombone without and like be good without knowing anything about music theory?
No, of course it is. But you're gonna
Cool.
have to learn music theory.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You gotta.
Can you play trombone without music theory?
Well,
Yeah, but you're gonna have to learn it. That's not the question.
Okay, Dan, listen. This is why the trombone's so hard. All right, check this out. So, you have to know it's all muscle memory, but all
Sure.
all instruments are muscle memory. But for the trombone, I mean,
Dude,
you
I just
gotta
wanna fucking do hard.
Okay. I got you. But when you said it, I was like this, and it just froze. But if you can actually master
Visual
the
content is really good for a podcast.
But if you can actually master the trombone, or actually play some stuff and actually not be well, I'm not gonna say not be tone deaf, but if you can have a good tone, so that's all that matters. Then I would be, as a guitar player, I would be really fucking impressed. Because the trombone has been rated, I think, the number 1 or number 2 hardest instrument to learn to play to master.
Violin is the
Well, yeah.
hardest.
Well, violin is because there's no frets and you have to a note per.
I was looking it up yesterday. I was looking at the top 10.
But in a way, trombone is like the bone version, or the horn version, bone version of the violin, because the violin has no frets. You don't know where you're going unless it's, extreme muscle memory. It's the same thing with the trombone. It's not like with the guitar or bass because they have frets.
So you're saying trombone is similar to violin?
In a way, yes, because there are no ways to see where you're at.
Well, no, that's what when they give you like the visual aid, it's you have the little bar that sticks between the loop, and it's just where is that positioned compared to your trombone. To answer the question of would the muscle memory and timing of a musician give them an advantage at gaming / speedrunning?
Yes, and vice versa.
Well, no, because muscle memory, no. Having muscle memory of doing one thing will never help you at all in doing another thing unless it's like wax on, wax off, deflect a punch type shit. Where if it's like applicable, but like the muscle memory of playing a fucking guitar is not gonna translate to muscle memory.
It's very different. I agree,
the brain, the neural pathways you develop will certainly help you in becoming a better speedrunner, especially with like memorization and shit like that. Just building up that brain strength, absolutely. But the muscle memory ain't gonna do shit.
It's only like in specific fields.
Motor control, sure. It's an advantage. Irie can't join the elite anymore. He has the advantage of being a musician.
Yeah.
Wait,
well, I was
what's
pretty
that
decent
mean?
at drums back in the day, and I'm down to get back into drums. But drums have a lot going on. Like, you need a big ass space. We have some drums in the basement, but
and you need a space to practice.
Yeah.
And you need neighbors that are cool with it.
Yeah.
Because like the very first instrument I ever wanted to learn how to play was the drums, and my dad kept hinting that we can't fucking do it because our house in Pacifica is like one of those townhouses, and I guess I was too young for my dad to say these things.
Don't talk about the name of our town.
That's fine.
I just said in my parents' place over in But it was I wanted a drum set really bad, and my dad kept hinting that we can't do that, and I was always confused. I'm like, why can't we have a drum set? Did you church my drum set? No, but basically,
Why are you all 20?
I discovered, and I was.
I know you're lying, because cops isn't on until 4:30.
Cops doesn't start till 5. But I wanted to play the drums, but my dad was giving all these like subtle hints. He's like, you know what? I could teach you guitar. And I'm like, no, fuck guitar. He's like, are you sure? And he's like trying to hold up one of his guitars, and he's like shaking it, like trying to tempt me. I'm like, no, Dad, no.
Guitar man, I'll give you the first note for free.
He's like, I'll buy you a guitar. I'm like, no, I'm fine, Dad. I'll give you one of mine. I'm like, no, Dad, I'm fine. I want to play drums. So my first drum set was a fucking PlayStation 1 box with 2 colored pencils as my drumsticks. And I would just play as my dad would practice, and my dad constantly would be like, Rick, please stop. I got a show tonight. I got to practice. And then he would keep playing, and I would just keep fucking around with it.
I had one of those practice pads back in the day.
Me too. I had a practice pad, and I had actual,
like
Ludwig drumsticks.
Yeah.
But it was just the drum pad, and I was learning, like, the basics, like the paradiddle or whatever.
Yeah, paradiddle.
Paradiddle.
Everyone knows paradiddles.
Yeah, but I did it. Is that what it is?
Paradiddle. It's just right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left. That's
so it's 2 single notes.
Flamadiddles are fucking hard as shit. Like, I could do like 7 flamadiddles in a row, and then I just no like a flam is when you like where one is just offset, like barely, like when you hit 2 at the same time, but one's like a little bit ahead of the other.
3/4 timing like this. So here's.
Well, no, it's like.
Oh wait.
No. It's literally just like. So literally, instead of hitting 2 at the same time, it's just like.
Oh, so like this?
It's just a noise that it makes, like, if you're like da 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 da. Like,
oh, you mean
that?
Like
Da is the flam. So like flamadiddles would be like. I can't even do. It's hard, man.
So is it like this? Are you
It's
saying?
just like it takes a lot of brain control to do a flamadiddle for sure.
I remember one time I was working at the movie theaters.
It sounds like 2 people fucking like. Almost in synchronicity.
I remember one time I was working in the movie theaters and they were hella strict over there, and I had done everything I needed to do. We're all set up. I'm ready to go. There's nothing else to do, right? And I'm just waiting for people to come up and serve them some like drinks or something. And I grabbed a couple of straws, and there's no one, like no customers around, and I'm just like do a little drumming, And then this manager comes up to me, Irie, what are you doing? Don't you know there's This is the VIP of the Century 20s around here. Like, in this building to a tour right now. You're drumming? I'm like,
You're drumming. I'm
like-
providing entertainment value,
like
bitch.
Jesus. I'm
You're
like,
playing a
I'm
trumpet?
like, there's no one around.
Dude, that's so funny because I would always walk like if I was when I was working at Pet Food Express. Like, oh wait, are you not supposed to talk? Oh, wait, you can talk about places you used to work.
But not the town.
Um,
You don't say the name of the city. Yeah.
So, like, as I'm like putting stuff away or walking around, like I would always just be like tapping on stuff to like a beat. We'd be listening. They'd have music going on too. So like, I would like be walking by and I would just like hit some bags of dog food, tap on the thing a little bit, smack a like fucking whatever a gondola, you know, smack one of those on the way just to a little beat. And sometimes I would sit there and I'd be like, oh, dude, I got a good one going. I got to just for at least like 20 more seconds before I move on. I hope no one comes up because I got a good one going. So what are you crossing off?
Did anyone come up?
Things to talk about.
Xfinity? So we got to talk about Xfinity next because it's on the post-it.
Okay, I have a good one. You guys ready? All right, Daniel touched on this earlier, but
I don't know how long we've been going already.
You were touching?
it's been a minute 10. So, you know, we got another like 20 minutes to go. But anyway, so
Yeah.
basically, you touched on it earlier, but video game myths, like fun, you know, back in the day before like the internet was big, or even when it was like, you know, a thing, but like, you know, when we were all kids and we were all like gullible.
Oh, video
Okay.
game
Yeah,
myths.
video game
Did you write
myths.
that down? Or
Yeah,
did you
I
write
wrote,
it, like,
wrote down
after I
once you talked about it. Yeah, because it's so epic. Because you know, like for me, I spent hours trying to find the Triforce in Zelda and like looking it
For
up
sure.
and going around. Like, so I just wanted to
Looking
see-
it up? No, we're talking about before the days of looking it up.
you would
where
have
it
to go
got
to
passed around
Barnes and
word of
Noble and
mouth.
get one of those, you know, with those game guides. Remember those game
Yeah.
guides?
No,
That
but he's
had
talking about
that-
something that doesn't exist. They don't put those in the game guides.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Actually, no, there were even in some like old ass game guys that were like, how
Oh,
to get
because
the
there was so
Triforce.
much misinformation.
Yeah.
What
around
about
that
the
made it-
legend of the haunted Ocarina of Time?
So I'm talking before
Cartridge.
and after the internet. I'm saying, you know, there were times when the internet was, it was what's it called?
What about the? What
It was infantile, right? So we could only go on a little bit and on a little, you know, random little website. So there was a lot of misinformation. But then even
GameSpot,
yeah,
GameFAQs,
but then even a lot of
YouTube.
like school ground myths. So what kind of myths you got for games?
Well, first of all, we got one in chat.
the bloody
All right, extra sword and OOT above Deku Tree's head.
the haunted Ocarina of Time cartridge.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear that story?
Yeah. I forgot what it's called though.
I think it was Ocarina of Time. It was either that or Majora's Mask, but it was a haunted copy where, you know, some guy bought, you know, this used cartridge of whatever, and supposedly it was from a dead person, and then he put the cartridge in, and I guess the game was
Ben
all
Drowned.
glitchy and weird. Huh?
It was called Ben Drowned.
Look that up.
Yeah, Majora's Mask.
Oh, it was Majora's Mask, so...
Yeah, that's already like the creepy Zelda game.
Yeah, that
Dude,
is... It was
so-
off-putting, like...
One of the best Zelda games of all time.
No, I loved Majora's Mask. It was just the most off-putting, I would say. And then the Wind Waker was like cutesy, except for the very end where you literally put a sword through Ganon's face.
I never played it.
Yeah,
But so what other good myths you can remember that you really like went to believe?
I mean,
Well, there was
I
that
remember
arcade
literally
game that
trying.
that arcade game. I don't know what the arcade game is called. It was like from the 80s, late 80s. But everyone that would always get the #1 high score, and anyone that would like top that high score would die like a week later or some shit like that. You heard about that?
Nah, I
believe
I
it.
haven't heard that one. But what I was gonna say is I definitely like tried and like would get pissed at myself for like messing up, trying to get the Mew from the dumpster truck, because I remember I was like, oh well, if I just get like what's the HM you get on the boat is like cut, right? So I'm like, oh, if someone trades me something with cut, if I get the trade, and I'd be playing, and then I would go onto the SSA, and I'd be like, fuck, like you're supposed to beat Lieutenant Surge without going onto the boat, and then you keep playing the game, and when you come back later, he's supposed to be there. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that, and I like always fucked it up somehow.
And you have to
Always
start
fucked
the
it up.
entire game over again.
Yeah,
Damn.
or just keep
So what do
playing.
you got, Rick?
I just named 2.
No, but actual myth though, it's not just like dying in real life.
Like a myth in a video game where like they said
I like that.
There's something-
No, I'm actually trying to think of one, but
because there were so many that I had, but I'm trying to remember like what.
Well, one that I have only like heard about recently because some of the content creators I listen to on YouTube like just talk about like World of Warcraft and stuff. Apparently, part of the magic back in the day of World of Warcraft was people saying like, dude, like you can get this like super epic sword. Like, oh, you like, how do we get it? How do we get it? It must have been like hinted at in lore or something in there that like it exists. They're like, oh, you gotta fish it out of this spot, or you go to here, you go to there, you do this, like all sorts of myths about how you get the sword. And
like
it was like
shit.
the devs had to literally put out like a notice like to all the players like, this does not exist. Trust us, we made it. This is not real. Like,
And then people
stop trying to get
But
it.
even after that, people are just like, "Oh man, this is like they're trying to stop
Confirmation that it's real.
They're trying to sidetrack us or some shit, you know?
And then definitely Super Smash Bros. 64, like definitely there was a lot of, oh yeah, there's not just 8 characters, or is it 8 or 10? Like there's not just like
There's 4 that are unlockable. There's Captain Falcon.
yeah, but there's 2 rows. I think of like 4 or 5. But basically maybe 6, I can't remember. But
I thought it was just like 2 rows.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying,
exactly.
2 rows.
Oh,
but
yeah,
of,
yeah,
like,
okay,
4 or 5 each.
Yeah.
But yeah, I there was definitely like, oh, you could play as like Ganondorf, or you could play,
Yeah,
you just have to
yeah.
do this crazy hard.
Falcon,
do
Ness,
all these
and Luigi,
things.
right?
No, but Ganondorf wasn't an actual character.
No, because you're talking about the ones that are in Brawl.
Yeah, I'm talking about
Oh,
Super Smash Bros. 64.
4, yeah.
Like, there were
4 unlockable characters. 4 total, right?
But what he's
Captain
saying is the
Falcon.
myth is that like, oh, this character's unlockable, this character's unlockable. You got to do this or that.
Yeah,
to get the...
there was other ways to unlock more than that were like hidden in the code,
But what kind of characters
remember
were
it-
these people saying?
Like Ganondorf.
I don't remember what the method was supposed to be, but
Is
there
that
was
why they put
supposed to be
Ganondorf
a
in
way
Melee?
that you could play Master
Yeah, all
Hand.
about extra unlockable peeps. See, exactly.
So
There's
is that why they
definitely
put
myths.
Do you think that might be a reason why they put Ganondorf in Melee? Because they're like, fuck these kids.
They just had
man.
room for
Ganondorf.
more.
He makes
I know.
Gandalf and Ganondorf.
Oh, he said Ganondorf.
That's a Gan-
Gandalf is Lord of the Rings.
I know, dude. I know what I said. I fucked up. I misspoke.
I mean, at least he didn't say Kirby's a Pokemon.
Well,
Yeah.
Did we go through everything else that you wrote down, or do we have other
All right.
things to talk about?
Gum.
Who wrote that, man?
Oh, Irie was just talking about random things, I guess.
No, I said gum. Should I bring up gum? And you were like, yeah, I'm down to talk about gum.
I'll be down to talk about gum.
I don't know how much we got to say though.
It doesn't have to be long.
You do realize that there.
So here's my
of course
take
he
on
knows, but
gum.
there is rubber in gum, like for real, actual rubber.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well,
Here's my sense, maybe 5 cents. My 5 cents about gum. I've never really liked too minty of a gum. But there's a gum that tastes like the Pepsodent toothpaste. If you guys don't know, best one. It's not that minty. It's like great to brush
Wait,
your
isn't
teeth
that,
with.
that's what my mom always used back in the day.
Is it real? I think I remember seeing it in your guys' bathroom. Be like, dude, I haven't had this in forever. Like, where do you find this? Your mom's like, it's $1 at Safeway, and I was
was
like,
it you like
what?
Sensodyne or some shit like that?
no,
Or-
Pepsodent. It's just, I think I've looked it up. Like sarsaparilla is like the flavor
Oh,
of it.
okay.
It's like kind of a mint, but it's this really that's the flavor of gum I
Shout
like.
out Pepsodent.
But for some reason, it's always like. I thought it was like winter mint or like winter fresh or this or that. And I'd be like, oh, right, I think this is the one. And it's literally, I would get the mintiest gum. I'd be like, this
I was into like spearmint.
where's my... Yeah, and I was like, oh, maybe spearmint. Maybe spearmint is it. Oh, no, this isn't it. And every so often I'd buy a pack of gum and it was the right flavor and my dumbass could never remember it again the next time. Yeah, I have like one good flavor.
I got some mints. I got some watermelon. I got some Trident original flavor.
I don't love mint. I don't hate it, but I can tolerate it. You know
I
what
got
I'm saying?
some peppermint.
Like for me, mint's just like coffee or
Yeah,
just
a lot
like
of people
anything
like dislike
caffeine.
mint.
I use it as a tool. So like I hate coffee, but if I have to drink coffee for the sake of getting caffeine for me to wake up in the morning, then I'll drink coffee. But I don't drink coffee. You know,
Right.
I don't take sips of it like it. You know, like that. I just pour some coffee
Yeah.
into like a little cocktail glass.
It's like food sometimes. Sometimes it's fuel.
Yeah, I just
doesn't have to
I
be,
just use
like-
it as a tool.
Yeah.
I don't savory the flavor or anything.
Just
Here's what I
like
do.
that.
I take 2 cubes of ice or something like that, and I just put it in a cocktail glass, and then I pour the coffee all the way up to the brim, and then I put like a little bit of milk in there, stir it, and then I in one down, and I'm like, all right, now I can get on with my day because I don't sip coffee. I just want it in my sip.
I don't sip coffee. I take shots.
Yes, I do, Because I need the caffeine as much as possible. I don't care about the flavor. I don't care. I don't care if I was putting like
I don't drink coffee,
most
but I drink
delicious shit
green
in there.
tea for my caffeine.
That's even better actually.
Coke
For
zero
you.
once in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, green tea is really good. I used to hate it,
no,
but
it's
now
great.
I
No,
find good stuff.
health wise, it's also much better for you than
Yeah.
coffee. I mean,
Okay, so top 5 candy flavors.
strawberry.
Blue.
I'm
Blue.
going strawberry. I'm
Blue is,
going
green is my favorite color. Blue is my favorite flavor.
Blue's a color.
Blue raspberry.
Yeah.
bitch.
There you, okay. Whoa.
Blue Jolly Rancher.
Where'd the bitch come from?
Blue lollipop. Fucking blue gummy worms. Blue
Angels.
other candy.
yeah.
Balls.
I'm going like like strawberry, cherry.
Oh, you're going literally
Whoa,
flavors?
whoa,
I thought
yeah.
we were like saying specific
What?
candies
Okay,
too.
How
Yeah, we could do that after.
What was it? Oh wait, no, I can't answer.
Like most of the time, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with like a kiwi's kind of insane, but it's pretty rare. But
It
it's
is rare,
insane.
man. I haven't had kiwi. I think
Like, what's that one old person candy?
there's a lot of old people candy.
It's got like cheese seeds in it.
Dude, okay.
It has
Tell
THC
me
in it?
why the
Green
ultimate
apple?
candy,
Yeah, okay.
was like the peach Altoids.
Oh, peach, dude. Peach.
Oh.
The peach Altoids
Yeah,
that
they
came in the
got
little
rid of
circular
them.
little tin. You
Yeah,
can't get
yeah.
that anymore.
Yeah, they discontinued it because this is my theory.
Do you remember that one
Like-
like minty thing or whatever where it would be like personal, and then you'd flip it around, it'd be bigger, and it would be like for sharing.
Those were.
Yeah, what was it? Those are
Weren't
the
those also
double-sided
Altoids? No,
Altoid.
those weren't
Those are-
Altoids.
No.
Icebreakers.
Icebreakers.
Hey, are you-
Icebreakers.
I thought, no,
Yeah.
but I thought Altoids did the same shit too.
Maybe.
Like I think they copied each other because I remember
Juicy fruit's alright.
it's okay.
But yeah, do you guys remember that shit though? Like you would just be like, they'd be like, open. I'm like, oh, sorry, no, I've only opened up the personal one, so I can't give it to you. Like once you open,
Oh, sorry. I only opened the
once you've
personal. I can't
opened
give
up
you one.
the share size, that everyone's like, no, now you have. It was like a rule of fucking like an unwritten rule.
Thur makes a good point. Warheads, loved them.
No, I'm sure they still have the 2 spots to open, but we just don't buy that shit anymore.
No, Altoids have always been the same tin.
I'm just not. I'm not a
So Rick
candy
is
person
wrong.
no more. Like if I'm the only
Dude,
time
no,
when
those Altoids that came in the tin, the
Okay,
sweet ones though, they
those are
don't
the
make
ones
them
I
anymore.
eat. Those are the ones I'd eat. You know.
You know what else they
these
don't
are
make
some
here?
of the best right here.
Let me see.
Albanese peach rings.
Albanese.
Albanese these nuts.
That's why you said they're not really Albanese. You just said
No, they are.
You're just trying to set up
All right, now Irie is making ASMR sounds.
Albanese.
They won't
nuts.
hear it. Don't worry. Yeah.
Those are asshole candies. I mean, let's be honest. That's what they are. Someone had to go to, a candy patent office and be like, I got
Oh,
a great idea for the next candy.
dude, this is
And they're
a
like,
top
what?
3 peach ring, and it's probably number 1.
But
Probably the
someone
best
had-
peach ring I've
I'm
ever
saying,
had.
this is 4.5 pounds of the best peach ring.
I cannot lie. Immediately upon putting that in my mouth, probably the best peach ring I've ever.
World's
All right,
best.
fine. Let me get one.
I honestly don't even think I could say probably and feel right about it.
Am I gonna?
I'm
regret
gonna
this?
say this is the best peach ring I've ever had.
I'm not a candy guy, but am I gonna like this?
Yeah, if you like peach rings. No, I'm good.
It's pretty good. Yeah. I would have put more. Like it's got a good amount of sweetness. It's not too sweet, but I wanted a little. I was expecting a little bit of sour.
The brand of these peach rings is Albanese.
Albanese
Time
nuts.
for spicy gummies. Yeah, dude, Irie trying to prank me with spicy gummies.
Dude, they taste so good, man. Those ghost pepper gummies, they're
Want some?
delicious. Yeah.
You might want to try ordering them online or something. I don't know where Irie got them. But...
You want to spin it for me, or do you? All right, it goes by levels, and then was it here or was it at my place where you're like, all right, take 5 of the hottest one at once, and I'm like, yes, please. The hottest,
Oh, smells so nar.
which is
These
the hottest
guys out
one?
here eating fucking spicy jelly beans.
Carolina Reaper. That's what I'm looking for.
Why do I go to jelly beans for spicy?
Carolina
don't.
Reaper.
I don't.
Mm.
I couldn't even finish the level 2 one. I was like, no, okay, try a level 2 one. I was like, oh, I know how to finish this.
Woo! haven't had this in a minute. Yeah, I recommend the jelly bean spicy gummies if you like a little
I
challenge.
like it when it's called Bean Boozled. Because
we
I
have
like
any-
that name because they expect you to fuck with people if they name
Yeah.
it that. Fuck with your friends today in order.
Oh yeah.
Let me see this.
I think the only other thing is seltzer water. So Daniel doesn't like seltzer water.
Well-
I'm a big fan of like a Waterloo's.
I love mineral pasta. Yeah, because you know when I was in Germany, I don't know what I don't know if it's a German thing or a European thing, but whenever you order water,
We haven't talked about contenders challenges yet.
we'll get to that. But for some reason, it was known to me from my German professors and all that in Germany, whenever you order water, they always automatically just give you like mineral water, mineral Wasser. And we thought, my dad and I were like, it's probably not a thing, Who the fuck would drink that over delicious ice cold water with ice in it? Who could turn that down? So we go to Germany. The first thing we see in our hotel room in Heidelberg is the two big ass fucking bottles of mineral Wasser. And I'm like, God damn it, I wanted regular water. But they had these nice glasses set up, so I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna open a bottle and just have some. So I sip some, and I'm like, holy shit. I usually hate seltzer water, mineral water, whatever. I usually hate it, but it was delicious. And then I got into it after that. I came back to the States, started drinking Alhambras, and what are they called?
LaCroix?
No, not LaCroix. It's pronounced LaCroix.
Oh, Perrier?
Perrier, yeah. Yeah, and then I started getting into it. But once again, it's more of like the flavor of water changes depending on the temperature. The flavor, not literally, but you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cold water has its own flavor. It's kind of crisp. Hot water has kind of like a weird grungy
Dude, everybody,
flavor.
we got D Jones in the chat.
DJ.
The man, the myth, the legend.
We got a celebrity up in here now? Yeah. Okay, we need more celebrities up in this motherfucker,
No, it's just D Jones is an OG Irie follower.
DJ.
Maybe not within the
OG
maybe not
DJ.
within the first year, but definitely
Oh shit, my balls.
one of the ones back in the days. Dude, I feel like D Jones was always there when we were hardcore grinding, like break the platforms, board the targets, all of that good shit. He was there for it.
Dizzy Dingies or earlier?
Dizzy Dingies too. Dizzy Dingies came around like halfway through the bonus game.
2019.
Dude, the only thing that gets me about that Dizzy Dingies video is not really the scream, but it's the fact that you literally had your legs like this, and I was like, that's too much, But then you had to describe it to me for like 30 minutes for me to understand how excited you actually were. And then I'm like, okay, so, and then I give Irie a bunch of analogies. Did it feel like that? And he's like, yeah, it felt like that. It felt like you won the lottery and that you got a ticket for 10 free blowjobs.
You know what he's talking about, right?
Dude, my what the
Disney Dingies reaction.
Disney
No, yeah, I
Dingies.
remember that. I
Yeah.
remember the video. Of course, I remember the video.
It's his most popular one, I would argue.
Yeah, dude, my Yoshi attempts that never went anywhere.
Oh, they went pretty far.
I mean, I
I
never
seen some of
got the
those.
run.
They were
I
good.
never got the run I wanted. That's for sure.
I saw a
I don't
Literally,
think I don't think there's anyone that could come into chat that'll just make me as stoked to be in the stream I'm in than D Jones coming in chat. I think Frosttops, if Frosttops ever showed up,
Yeah.
I'd be super stoked too. Everyone else is fucking garbage.
Take it back. Take it
I
back.
take it back.
Third
I-
OG.
So
I'm just
basically,
kidding.
all you're
I'm
saying
just
is,
kidding. I'm just.
I could do it well, but everyone else is a fucker,
But yeah, what was I gonna say? I felt like I had one.
Oh well, do you have anything to say about seltzer water? Because I got something to say about seltzer water.
Well, I mean,
It's not just that I don't like it.
I do like it a lot these days. I didn't like it for a while. LaCroix I think are overrated. LaCroix. I think that's pretty overrated, but I'll still drink like a tangerine or something else. But like the Waterloos are insane.
I was all about that White Claw.
No, I don't.
He likes
White
hard
Claw.
seltzer.
I don't drink hard seltzers. I don't drink alcohol.
White girl wasted, man.
But yeah, so that's about all I gotta say. I mean, I don't know. It's just nice, What I will say about it is, if you're just drinking it by itself, not many flavors will last like throughout the whole can. If you just sip, 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 it's not gonna be that amazing. But if you're having with a meal and you're having like some food and then just a little swig and then some more food and a little swig, like that flavor will stay fresh. But if it's just like you've already ate and you're just chilling, you're just like, oh, I just want to drink this. You just sip, sip, sip. Halfway through, you're like, I'm kind of fucking. It goes from like a powerful, strong flavor that's amazing to just like. This hardly tastes like strawberry at all. I don't know. So that's all I got to say about it.
Howard Johnson is right.
Hey,
Blazing Saddles. Remember?
So what do you got to say?
So I got a couple things actually, because on the topic of that, like they're the only seltzer water that I really will ever drink, kind of hardly even counts, because sometimes I'll just see it and I'm like, I kind of want to buy this. The canned San Pellegrino, like the lemon flavor one, can be pretty good. They've got some other flavors can be good, but like those have so much flavor in them.
They also have.
They're not considered that much of like a seltzer water. Exactly. They're like, it's not the same as any
like
other
a 0
seltzer
calorie.
water.
No, Thur makes a good point. In Latin America, seltzer water is like the default water they give you at restaurants. Same thing in Germany. You ask for water, and they'll just bring you seltzer water automatically. So you have to say, ohne Gase. That means like without, bubbles, basically. Mit oder ohne Gase. And I would say, ohne Gase, bitte, And then they would be like looking at me weird. And I'm like, what the fuck are they looking at? I'm water.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd ever be like those rich people that just like only want to drink like just bubbly water. Like I'm talking about like a flavored, like a Waterloo. That's what I'm into. But yeah, I don't know about those people that like I only drink sparkling water. I'm like.
Yeah, but to have
I enjoy regular water.
a whole country looking at you weird because you just want regular water.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is... You have to process shit to make it into mineral water. I want just water. And they look at me like I'm crazy. And I love Germany. I love Germany, but there's a couple weird cultural things about it. On every single street corner in Frankfurt or Heidelberg, I swear they're obsessed with ice cream, man. Fucking like every block.
Haagen-Dazs.
No, no.
Haagen-Dazs.
Every block, there's at least 3 gelato places. On every block in every goddamn
Oh,
city.
well, what is it? Are they obsessed with ice cream or gelato, Rick?
Or seltzers.
Well, okay, in Germany, their word for ice cream, quote unquote, is ice, E-I-S, which also means just ice. But in Germany, if you say, ich will ein bisschen Eis, you're like, I want, what you think you're saying is, I want a little bit of ice. Because ice means ice.
But what you end up getting is heroin.
No, ice cream!
Oh.
Yes. Not heroin. Yeah, in France, it's the same as well. I think it's just glacé. No, glacé is ice cream and glace. Yeah.
So, on the topic of seltzer water, back when I was in high school, my dad and my sister got my dad onto the hype of just always getting these sparkling waters. My dad would come back from the store, be like, oh yeah, and I'm always like, I don't like it. I don't like seltzer water. I just don't like it. It's fine that other people want it. I don't like it. Like I said, the one like San Pellegrino, the cans, like it's not really seltzer water. Let's be honest. It's basically soda. Yeah. That's why I kind of like it. But my sister would always get them, so then my dad would always get them from the store. He's like, oh, they're really good. They're really good. I think it was like the Crystal Springs one or whatever, if they actually have that. And he would always be getting a bunch of them. He'd be like, come back from the store. He's like, oh, so I got a bunch of drinks. I got you some. Do you want a sparkling water? I'm like, no, I don't like these. You didn't get anything else other, like you literally would come home with 30 bottles of seltzer water, no other drink at all. I'm like,
hey,
it's fine to just have water, but when I was in high school, I wasn't like, oh sure, I'll have water. Don't get me wrong, I drink a lot of water now. Back then I was like, my favorite drink is a Dr. Pepper or like an Arizona watermelon, right? Oh, you think while you're at the store you could grab one of those along with all the seltzer waters for months? Oh, I came back with a bunch of seltzer waters. Do you want one? No, I don't like them. Oh, well, I got a bunch of them and nothing else. Thanks. So that's my take.
Here's the thing that I gotta say to the people watching. But speaking on the terms of Dr. Pepper, if anyone is into drinking like, I'm sorry, are we done?
Dude, Diet Dr. Pepper?
Oh, sorry, I apologize.
No, I
was gonna say one quick tip.
Yeah.
But if anyone out there likes to drink rum and cokes, fuck that shit. Try rum and Dr. Pepper. It changed my life. Like, it is way... It doesn't taste like Dr. Pepper, no. Do you take Captain Morgan? Because I used to do this all the time when I was in Oregon and when I was an alcoholic. But I would always order, like, Captain and Coke. And then one of the bartenders is like, Rick James, man, what the fuck you doing, man? Why you drinking that shit? I'm like, because it's good. It's Captain Morgan and it's Coca-Cola. It's good. I like it. He's like, no, man. Fuck
That's
that.
what I used to have, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, don't do it with Coca-Cola. Do it with Dr. Pepper. I'm like, ugh. What the fuck?
I've done that before, too.
Yeah, and he's like, I'll give you one for free. A free drink. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, sure, yeah. Then he gives it to me, and then I sip it. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Changed your life
my
forever,
God.
huh?
It did. It did not taste like Captain Morgan. It did not taste like Dr. Pepper. It tastes like, I don't know, like, it tastes like a combination of cola and marshmallow candy. And I was getting drunk off this shit, so I'm like, yes. And then I was ordering so much of those that that bar ran out of Dr. Pepper because of me.
No, Prism, it's not unfortunate that you can't drink alcohol.
No, it's good you don't because I'm...
There is...
You know,
It's just like how it's not unfortunate that I can't smoke weed anymore. I'm actually happy I have a reason to just not smoke weed anymore.
So, I would say, like, literally the only time that it's, like, cool to drink alcohol is, like, when you're in high school, right? Because it's that thing. Like, we're not supposed to do it, but everyone likes to party. Oh, this, that, like... As you get older, the more you drink, the more sad it is, right? I mean, like, people that literally can't function, like, the alcoholics, like, that is sad. Being able to have a drink or two here and there, I do it, Rick does it, it's fine. It's not
And
like...
I don't disrespect that. Like, my dad having a drink every day, like, literally one beer, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's even some studies that, like, one drink a day is, like, a little bit better for your heart, but then you have, like, 3 drinks a day or more, and then it's, like, worse. So it's... You know, I understand there's some even, like, slight health benefits, like beer and wine, if it's actually in moderation and you're never overdoing it. You know?
Yo, you know me, every time you come to my house, I'm just drinking red wine and water.
Uh-huh.
That's all. But there's only one time...
But you
And, like,
did
weddings.
last year.
That was the other thing I was going to say.
No,
At
what? I was
weddings.
gonna
Weddings
admit
is
to
the other place to drink. If you're at a wedding, you drink alcohol. You're having fun. It's okay. But, again, yeah, don't overdo it. Don't be the person that needs to get carried home drunk or anything.
In a fucking...
But, like...
dresser's
Yeah,
feet or something.
definitely the older you get, the more, like, having just, like, one or two every so often is, like, fun. Like, we go out, it's fun. We go out to trivia, we go out to bowling. Oh, you grab a cider.
I had a dream the other night where I was, like, hella drunk.
You had a dream where you were drunk.
Yeah, like, recently.
I'm sorry, but chewing gum is probably terrible for a podcast.
Probably. But basically, what was I going to say? Well, they can't, like, hear it like that, but... I was gonna say that. Do you guys ever have like fucked up dreams where you're like at work and stuff?
I've had a lot of.
Because I have some stressful ass like work
I've
dreams.
had a lot of dreams where I was smoking crack, and it really felt like I was smoking crack.
Yeah.
But it was a dream, and I was not smoking crack in my sleep. Like while I was dreaming, I wasn't doing that. But no, like my body actually felt it.
Dude, I used to have dreams that I was like getting stoned and like passing out in weird ass places. Cause like my dream would feel like so groggy and heavy, like at first it was like I felt like stoned, but then I would literally like have a dream that like I fell asleep and passed out somewhere, and now like I woke up and it's like, oh, but yeah, and then like I wake up and I'm like, nope, not stoned. Okay. Or like sometimes I guess I used to wake up stoned.
You know,
but...
your brain.
Like, I don't mind my work. I love my job, but I do have a lot of dreams where I guess it's just all I think about because I've always dreamed about work, and I'm like, I'll wake up and some of them are just kind of funny things. I'll just tell my boss like, oh, I had this funny dream, like I was with you and some silly thing happened,
And we
but
fucked. And...
no, but
What if I had a dream and we kissed?
But no, I do have some
your
weird
boss
dreams.
and record it, and if no,
like I had some dream recently where like I was with this one person and I basically just like dissed her so hard. Like I said something, it was just supposed to be a joke, but she didn't. Like my boss was mad at me, the other person was mad, and they were just mad at me the whole day. And then I woke up, I was like, what the hell? But yeah, I do have some weird ass dreams. But at least I stopped like having dreams about like being at school because I used to have those dreams all the time. And that's the worst.
Yeah,
I had a dream
where Kendra and I both have like had the same thing where it's like, okay, so I'll have dreams where like I'm running late to work.
You're running late, or you're
running late to work,
oh.
Or it'd be like, oh man, I gotta go to work, but my I left my work truck parked on the other side of the camp. Oh, how am I gonna get? Oh, I gotta get there so I can bring it in, and hopefully no one notices that my truck wasn't there all night. And oh man, now I gotta go find the clock in, but they moved the punch clock. Oh no, those are stressful.
Yeah.
Hate those. But I have dreams all the time where it's like, and to give context, like I went to summer school to like get a few extra credits to graduate after my senior year. So I actually did not graduate on stage for high school, but I'll have dreams all the time where like I'm at high school, I'm like, how do I get to my next class? What class do I have next? How am I supposed to remember the rotating schedule? Oh, I'm not passing. Like I need to pass this class or I'm gonna fail high school. Guess I'm failing. And those ones, never any stress at all. Like, I don't care. It's a fucking joke. Like, it doesn't matter. Oh, it's just high school. When it's work, I fucking hate it. When it's just school, like my dream even knows like this is fucked, but I don't care. It's just high school. So
Well, I'll tell like my funny recurring dream story. But I just want to say why I was flexing because the YouTube's not gonna understand. Tara was saying, chat, look at Irie's forearms, they've been growing, no doubt. So I wasn't just randomly doing this. He actually said something. And that's the first compliment of my forearms. I don't think they've grown at all. That's why I've been doing forearm exercises.
This.
Maybe they are growing because he mentioned it. I feel like I got this grown, and this is still like the same, but maybe they've grown 1%.
What the fuck?
Anyways,
Yo,
so,
my buddy from, my boy from, Newport, he's in the hospital or something. What the fuck?
holy shit, you got fucking sliced.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He must have fell on like a cutting board.
good content.
Well, he's a surfer and he's a skater, so...
So what I was gonna say was, my recurring dream would be like I'm at like high school, and I get there and like class is about to start, and I'm like trying to figure out like what classes I even have like on my phone and stuff, and I'm just like what class do I get to do? And I go to my locker, same locker from last year, but I don't remember my code. I'm just like trying so hard. I'm like, what is my code? Go back down,
69, 69,
I'm asking the people, and they're just like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I need the code. I'm like, whatever. They're not helping me out. And then I go in, I just open up like a random classroom door, and everyone's all in there all looking at me like wrong class, and I'm just like, oh shit. I recognize all the people, but yeah, they're just like, what the hell is this guy doing? Wrong class. And then I just walk out, and then I'm like, wait, why am I even at school? Like, didn't I graduate? Am I a super senior? Like, I thought I already graduated high school.
Super seniors if you have
And then I'm just walking like down the hallway, and I'm like, And I started walking home, and I'm just walking home like, I guess I don't have to go to school. I don't know why I was there in the first place. And then I wake up, but it's so stressful.
Yeah, no, I'll have dreams similar to that where it's definitely like, because we had the rotating schedule too. Like every day you started with a different class.
That high school was fucked up. The
And
way they.
Yeah, like.
Because if you miss school for like 3 days,
Or I'll have dreams where I'm like sitting in a class. I'm like, oh, fucking English class. Like I haven't been here in weeks. Oh man, I didn't do any of the assignments because why would I? But like, also then the teacher's like trying to cap on me, but then I'm just like capping on the teacher and like.
That was me and Mr.
But also trying
Chan,
not to like draw attention to myself like too much or anything, but just like. Fuck, dude, I just want to, like, literally all I want to do is sit in the back of this class so I can walk and go to the next one and not do anything there, too. But it's, like, passing period, I'm like, shit, okay, wait, let me try to remember. And then, like, I'm, like, remember, like, okay, I just had, like, math. Am I going to science, I guess? And, like, trying to find where to go and, like, yeah, just trying to navigate and then just be like, I don't fucking care about this, dude. And, like, waking up and being like, what the hell? But as, like, an adult, like, within these last few years, even it'll happen. I'll have dreams I'm at my middle school. I'm like,
I know I have.
I'm like, oh, that's right.
I'm grown.
Yeah, I'm an adult. I'm at my middle school. I'm like going to my class, like kind of embarrassed. Like I remember, yeah, I just gotta like do this one last class and then I'll finish high school. Like if I do this one last middle school class, then I'll finish high school and then I'll be good. And then I'll be good. Or like, oh right, I needed to do like 12 hours and I've done like 10. I need to be here for like 2 more hours. Why am I at middle school? I don't fucking know, dude. I'm like, how does this make sense? When I wake up, I'm like, whose brain is this?
No, I'm so glad you said that.
But like, my dreams are super vivid too, like super realistic.
What I'll say is, when I stopped weed, a little less than 2 years ago, I was getting the most fucked up dreams, and one of them was like,
I had the same shit going on when I had that DUI in Oregon. I couldn't smoke, I couldn't drink for like 9 months.
But so one of my dreams, I like was in school, and this school shooter came in. and it was just like literally like, pointing his fucking gun right at me.
right now.
And I was like, oh my, and he's like shot me and then just like shot like my hand or something. And I was just like bleeding. Like, dude, I woke
This
up.
was recently, right? Like after stopping weed?
Yeah, like a little over a year ago, I would say.
Yeah.
And like, I swear, when I woke up that whole day, I felt like I was traumatized. I actually felt like I was like in a school shooting moment. And
I
like,
thought you were gonna say you felt like a phantom pain.
no, like I felt like I actually dealt with that shit. Like I actually like lived that in my life of like getting shot by a school. And the getting shot wasn't even that scary because once it happened, it's not like I felt a lot of pain or anything. I was just like,
You went
oh, my
into,
hands are bleeding.
a
But
shock. You went into
having a
shock
gun
and
pointed straight at me,
Yeah.
like being like, oh, like yeah, that shit like affected me for the day. I had a lot of fucked up dreams, and now they're just kind of like work stress things, but they're stupid. I just feel like they're stupid to have, and I can't really change them. But like before, I was getting some hardcore nightmares, you know. Like one of them, I was at like a bar with my parents. We drove up, and I was having a little bit of tooth pain, and then randomly like my tooth comes out, and I'm like just was like be hanging out with like family at this bar or something. But I'm like going into the bathroom, like trying to like put it back in my mouth,
Trying to yeet it into
and then I'm just like, this is so messed up, And then so I go out, like I'm just trying to like de-stress, and I go out into like the back part of the bar or whatever, like go out some outside thing. And next I'm walking out, and there's all these graves, right? There's all these fucking graves, and I'm seeing like names of like famous people and shit. And then randomly it's hella dark, and I'm just kind of walking down, and it's starting to get all like creepy and stuff. It's almost like I'm like disconnected from the bar. And I'm walking down, and next thing you know, I'm at the edge of like the fucking world or some shit, just like this huge cliff. And I like fall down it because there's like these like monsters coming after me. They're coming out from the graves, and they come out, and I like fall down, and I'm like falling and grabbing onto like vines and shit, and like I'm just like hanging off down like a.
No, Irie, the vines happen in real life.
I'm like hanging out from like a 10,000 foot drop, and there's just like creatures coming after me. I'm just like.
So this whole thing started off as your tooth fell out.
Yeah, my tooth fell out at a bar.
That's the first of like.
I'm like in the car, and my tooth's kind of like loose, and I'm like, this is kind of I don't know. And it just comes out. Yeah,
Dude,
it was
like,
a fucked up dream though.
It's like an epic movie.
Yeah, it was like a
something
movie.
tiny happens in the beginning, and then you go on like a 100-year adventure.
I haven't had any tooth dreams in so long. I'm gonna be so pissed if in the next week I get tooth dreams. It'll be all Irie's fault. But because it's getting me to talk about specifically what my tooth dreams will be
Well,
about.
can I say one quick thing? Do you guys ever have like two things where like you actually feel like it's like loose and it's gonna like in real life? Because sometimes I get that, but then my teeth are fine now.
A little bit, yeah. I was worried about that.
Yeah,
Sometimes I
like,
get some pain and I start going like this. I feel like I can like.
oh my
move
god,
it.
it's illegal. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
I had that, but then I went to a dentist, and they, how dentists they do that test where they wiggle your teeth and try to see it, and I'm like,
It's like solid.
please be okay, please be okay. And then she's like, yeah, you're doing fine, your gums are fine, your strength, your teeth are strong. I'm like, okay, good.
Whew.
Now
Yeah.
that a professional told me that, I feel at ease.
So-
Stress, I guess.
But you know what the worst kind of fucking dreams/nightmares are? Is where something fucked up happens to you in your own bed. Because then when you wake up, you're like, did that happen? Did that not happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have dreams where I'm sleeping in my own bed, and I'll get up and something crazy will happen. Like, like a tooth will fall out, or, a bone will break, some weird shit.
Or those
I'll
dreams
go
where you wake
blind.
up 5 times in the dream, like you're still
Dude,
awake, and you can't
Irie,
open your eyes. You feel like this.
How many times? Yeah, how many times have I told you about all of my dreams? Like, I think the max I've probably gotten to, like, this is no joke, because this is one of the one dreams that I'll have all the time too, is like waking up inside of another dream. I'm pretty sure I've gone through, no exaggeration, 20 dreams. Woken up 20 times before finally waking up. And 3 of those dreams spread throughout are literally into my room. And like you said, like trying to get up and just like can't get up. And it's not like I've woken up and I'm like sleep paralysis. It's different. Like my eyes aren't even like awake, or like I can't open my eyes, or I do. And I'm like walking like I hit to a wall. So it's not like sleep paralysis. I'm stuck like I hit into a wall and I'm like walking and then I'll like hit a wall. And then I fall to the floor,
Like,
and then and then all of a sudden I'm like, fuck, I'm on the floor. I need to like reset. So then I'm like back in my bed, right? And then there's other times where, because like I said, my dreams will be so vivid, so realistic, all of this. The one thing that I will do sometimes to try to wake myself up from those dreams, which sometimes works, but sometimes just wakes me up into a different dream, is I try to like defy gravity. I'm like, oh, well, if I can like jump and like float to the top of the ceiling and back down,
then like this is a dream.
Or
So then I know I'm in a
dreaming
dream by
opposites.
being able to do
Oh,
that.
Dan has a really good control of dreams. Can you talk about when you like are underwater and like you can't breathe?
All right, so a universal fact in when you're underwater and you can't breathe, no, the universal fact in my dreams is that you can breathe underwater, and it's never even a hesitation. If I'm ever like in a situation where like I remember, because I'll have dreams that are like fucking movies, like straight up movie plots. I'm not even always in my dreams. Like it'll just be characters. Like
There's good character arcs.
like there's like whole ass movies, like crazy wild movie plots that if you could make that movie, like people would be talking about it. It might not be great, but people would be talking about it.
It might get like,
But like, oh, I'm like,
at the Oscars.
suddenly I'm having to break into this like mansion to do something, and there's guys with fucking guns like chasing you, and like I hide into the pool, and if I go to the pool and I need to be under there for hella long, I'm just breathing just fine.
It reminds
And
me
that
of
goes
that
back to when I'm a
film
kid, like I
Bowser's
would be able to like walk on the water a little bit, but then when I realize that doesn't make sense, I'm like underwater, but then I can breathe. So like, yeah, that's always been a thing. And like, if I'm ever in a
Kinda like the
situation,
cartoon when they're hovering. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, what?
just
And then
like that. But then other dreams, like if I'm like having to run away from something in a dream and like I see an obstacle in front of me, like I'll literally like think ahead before I get to it, like what I would need to do. I'm like, can I even do that? But sure enough, as soon as I get there, like I do the exact perfect thing that I'm trying to do. Like I know a lot of people will have dreams where like they can't do what they're trying to do.
You
But
ever
for
try to
me,
punch
it's
someone in
literally
your
like,
dream?
yeah, I can't punch and I can't
You end up
scream
going
in
like
dreams
this.
a lot. A lot.
You can't punch in
You
your
can't
dreams.
punch. You can't. No, here's the thing: is like until you've punched someone in the face, like your brain doesn't know how to fully emulate that. So like sometimes, like after you've like actually like done some of that stuff, like
UFC fighters
people
are probably
they can really fucking punch in their dreams. They don't have that problem.
Yeah,
But if you don't know, like if you haven't done it enough times, like yeah, your brain doesn't really know that.
Daniel punched me in the face once at a party.
what it kind of feels like when you're punching your dreams is like when you're underwater and you're trying to punch. It's like
No,
the
we-
friction of the water.
Oh,
is
we know what
blocking
you mean for sure.
Oh, I was just hoping I wasn't the only one because someone else said, "Do you hate it when that happens to you?" I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm not the only one." So you guys actually have dreams where you try to punch,
I
but
can't remember.
but the punch is just so weak, and you're like, "Dude, I thought I was gonna clock this guy." but I
I've
ended
never
up
been a
going like
superhero in my dreams and like beat up criminals and shit.
Oh, dude, I'm like, yeah, you can like fly in your dreams
Like-
sometimes, and then you're like, I'm gonna try to fly again,
Like
because I flew, and you
this. Criminals
can't.
in fucking like mime suits and like black gloves and one of those
No,
like.
people try to
old-
like rob my mom and shit, and I just like go and like they come into my
Yeah, like-
my
Yeah, no,
house,
that's the thing too. Like,
and I go up and then I get on the news and I'm on the newspaper. It's like local guy like saves like
his own mom.
yeah.
No, like I've definitely had a dream where I'm like in high school in the hallway, and like there's some guy that like some like fucking video game like villain like trying to like do some crazy shit, and like I have to get like a broomstick, and I'm like doing fucking kung fu. I'm like, I think I hit him. I don't know if that was hard though. Like, boom,
like Star Wars kid.
yeah, just fucking doing shit. I'm like I got away. Yeah, I can like always get away. Or, like I can do some good shit, but just to like switch from like cool dream stuff, because Irie made me talk about like my dream control and like the whole movie
cool.
dreams thing is pretty cool. The fucked up part, the real fucked up part. So I don't have a dream where I'm like, oh, I think this tooth is loose. Oh, fuck, I lost this tooth. Oh, let me try to put it back in, or oh, I gotta throw it away. I'll be like, oh, I've lost a tooth. Oh my god, I've lost other teeth. Oh my god,
Yeah,
where are all my teeth? Or I'll have dreams. So there was one time I was at Irie's house. It was a fucking like gummy worm. I was eating like gummies, and I had like
Is it a
my
dream?
filling came out. No, this is real. I'm at Irie's. I'm eating like a gummy, and like I had a filling fucking come
I
out.
remember you saying that you were like, I think my filling here just came out.
Yeah, dude, so it was so fucking. So then like I remember like going on later. I was having this like, technically it was only like half of the filling came out, because later I was feeling this pressure and like the other half came out, and I was like, oh well, now I don't have that pressure anymore. But then I would literally get these dreams where I feel this like pressure in my teeth, and I feel like maybe I'm grinding my teeth like in real life when this is happening. Maybe not, hopefully not. But it'll be this pressure, and like I can't unclench my jaw, and when I finally go, just and just like a tooth fucking shatters in my mouth in a dream, and then I'll just like be stuck. I've had dreams where like literally like
Just busting it
cannot
out.
stop my teeth from just fucking shattering, and then I'll wake up because I'll be like, fuck, I gotta get used to life with no teeth, and like I'll wake up, I'm like, oh, got all of these motherfuckers still. Oh, thank God. But no, it's literally like the worst thing. I hope I don't start getting, because I've had them for a while. I haven't had them in a long time, but like, yeah, it's not just like, oh, a tooth, oh, it's kind of, oh, it came out. It's like literally like, oh, I can't. And I'm like, oh, well, thankfully, like, I'm not stuck like that anymore, but fuck, I just like shattered 3 teeth.
I want
That
to
is
go.
some bullshit.
I want to really quickly touch up on the opposite issue. So sometimes you accept death or you accept something fucked up in your life, and then you wake up and you're like, all right, well, thank God that was just a dream, but that was fucked up. Sometimes I have the opposite problem where I dream that I'm like back to like dating some ex or dating someone that I've never dated before, but I'm dating someone and I'm like, all right, this is my life now. Now we're back together, and I wake up and I'm like,
Texting.
I'm sober. I'm single, and we're not back together. And
I should text this person.
I'm like, I just accepted that we're like totally back together, and everything is rosy in the garden. And next thing you know,
Waking up single in
waking
bed
up,
again.
yeah. And I have obviously like it was a wet dream, so I have.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
I don't know why I fist bumped that. That was fucking too funny. Has it gone too far?
No,
Let's go back to that.
I just thought it'd be funny, but no, but for real, that's a real thing that's happened to me way too many times. It's so awkward.
The
So
wet dreams have happened too many
no,
I've
but
never had one before.
okay, I've definitely had them, but it was separate than. Well, no, I've had some fucked up wet dreams, but
I've never had a wet dream.
No, I've had some fucked up wet dreams. A sentence no one should ever say.
Yeah, like what happened in that wet dream? Were you like in the army or something, and something happened, and then you came when you like were at base?
I mean, there definitely
that
was
would be
not like
fucked up,
flamingos
right?
involved. That's
Or
what
if
I
a
meant.
shark ate you and then you came, then that would be fucked up. That would be,
There weren't any flamingos involved. Okay,
I
that's all
definitely
can
get
say.
the
No, I'm
feeling
not doubting
this
you
has
that
gone
there were
on
no
for
flamingos.
quite a long time. I don't know if
Yeah,
this
we're
is
supposed to
listenable
end the show
anyone.
like half an hour ago.
You'll
Yeah,
like-
so we're almost at 2 hours now on the podcast. I enjoy where it's gone.
It'll probably get
I think the
better.
dreams was really, really good. I think there was a little bit of like a boom and then a little drop, and then the dreams was great. Honestly, that was pretty good send off. So yeah,
I mean,
we're
there will
almost at
be
2
more.
hours.
Who knows how consistent it'll be? We'll probably do at least one more.
Oh, no,
Hopefully
there'll be
we'll do
multiple
plenty.
Well, all
Maybe
three of us like to
we-
tell stories, and that's like the catalyst for a good
Yeah,
podcast.
I mean,
you gotta have
today
good stories.
we didn't. Me and Rick, neither of us came over here like 100% expecting this would actually happen because we've talked about it for a
Yeah.
while. But now we're like, well, let's write down some topics. Maybe we'll come up with like better things. Like maybe like we could maybe do like like top 5 Aesop rock songs and like literally like things like that. Maybe like actually have some like well thought out topics to like structure at least the start of it.
Well, yeah, I was thinking
Um,
that's how it should we start off with a topic.
Yeah, we
Just
should
in top-
definitely start
and then
off
the whole
structured.
rest will just kind of like branch out into other things.
Yeah.
But
naturally.
we were structured.
I mean, it happens anyways. No, of
like
course.
this.
But what
this,
he's saying
like, this
is
fine, but this is too.
this is a bunch
structured,
of random topics
It's
like
very
gum.
structured.
Let's talk about gum. What? No one's actually here for that. If we like, we can do better than we have. So
That's true.
don't think this is the bar. This is just
That's true.
this was just fun this time, and it's gonna be fun every time. But like, it's never gonna be a serious thing. Like, we won't be episode 100 and we have 1,000 million. But like,
then we put, like,
I
a
mean,
rave
that would
in
be
the room and
sick.
shit.
It's gonna
But-
happen.
that would be
Smoke
sick.
machines
But I'm
and
just saying,
lights.
like,
Yeah.
we'll in future ones for sure. We'll come in with like a little bit more of thought out stuff, and we won't like
Well, this is an experiment.
script it at all for sure. But like,
I was gonna say.
we'll have some ideas. We'll have some better ideas.
What's the deal with airline food?
We got a first time array.
All right, shout outs to the Real Mug 123 for showing up at the end of the podcast.
And saying Joel?
Joel
Who's Joel?
Joel Miller, Last of Us.
Crossfield.
Joe Cro- Who the fuck is it?
No one. That is no one that has ever existed.
Hopefully not. He definitely wasn't like a dick either.
He definitely was not a dick. Okay, so now
I mean, I honestly didn't think he was. Because it seemed like you were insinuating he
I was like, I
He
mean,
was definitely addicted.
as far as the people that hung out with the people that were dicks, he never was that dickish to me. He wasn't like, oh, Danny, what's up, dude? But like, at the very least, he probably just at least didn't.
That's how
say
everyone act-
anything
Well, we
to
had
me.
lots of different
That's school
things rather
thoughts,
than
you know.
school, where it would be like one group, like one guy, was cool with me, and then one guy's cool with you, but the rest hate either me or the rest hate you, or like we
For like no reason, right?
for no reason, yeah.
No
Like,
raisin.
not even like cinnamon raisin.
I never heard of cinnamon raisins.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah. That's the problem with some Twitch emotes is that like if it's like a better Twitch TV emote or whatever, it's hard to like fucking like I don't have all that shit enabled on here, so it's just like a random word. But like, well, I also just say random words like poggers. So
Whenever people used to say pog, I'm like, fat ass white girl where? It's like, no, POG. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And then someone had to explain it to me.
Mhm.
But before, I was just thinking, where?
Next week's topic: Pogs.
all right, guys,
PAWG,
it's
right?
been 2 hours. Thank you for hanging out on the RID
R.I.D.
podcast.
R.I.D.
R.I.D. Yep. Next
If
time.
we didn't make that clear
It makes
because
it-
of the way Irie introduced us, Dan, Rick, it's supposed to be like Rick, Irie, Dan. That's where R.I.D.
No,
comes
but-
from.
Yep.
Rest in dirt.
Oh, I was gonna say rest. Never mind.
I know what you were gonna say.
I'm just the middle child here, I'm the monkey in the middle. I'm the guy.
I'm literally in the middle. Literally.
I'm the guy who's got this damn mic covering his face half the podcast, even though it's my
It's
room
okay.
and my
I'm sure most of our
stream.
listeners are gonna be audio only.
yeah.
Dude, when
Anyway.
this goes up, that first what if we only have
Oh.
one view? That's probably gonna be me. I'm gonna watch the
Yeah.
shit out of this.
All right, shout out to everybody. Thank you for chatting in Twitch. Thank you in the future for watching on YouTube.
Yeah, we might at some point if we actually get serious about it, might have like a schedule
Mm-hmm.
that will be like, oh, if you're here at this time, we are gonna do it.
Yeah.
But
Like a
Yeah, we
raffle.
plan it.
for now, it'll be
When we all get together,
semi-unregular.
yeah. When we all get together, then we do it up.
All right, how about this? This will encourage more people to watch. The more people.
Oh, and definitely
Get
we
instant-
plan
Yo,
on
come on, man, interrupting
Discord
again.
interviewing people for sure too.
What?
Getting people to get into a Discord chat
Yeah.
and be part of it. So any of the longtime Irie
Yeah.
followers on Twitch will definitely be getting an invite. Be like, hey, if you want to show up, chill for a while.
Yeah.
Well,
This
we
is what we're
can do
gonna
And
this.
what was the last thing you were
Yeah,
gonna
say
say?
this. We can encourage more people to watch if we can promise that we'll do some sort of raffle,
Hmm.
like a giveaway. We give away some.
What
shit.
are we gonna give away? I will pluck a beard hair and mail it to you.
No, not
I
like
give
that,
away one
man.
of my
Like
hats.
no, not like that.
Did you?
Like something that you
Did
have
you?
that is worth value that you just don't want anymore. And you're like,
yeah, like my hat.
oh, okay. Well, clean your hat first, But no, I was thinking, shit like.
Yeah, I'll raffle away my Steam Deck.
I don't know. I got some games I'm trying to get rid of. Fucking, I'll just bring some PS4 games. Be like, first person to whatever gets a copy of God of War Ragnarok or some shit.
Like it.
Do you just want my copy of God of War Ragnarok? I'll give it. You can have it for $10.
All right, D. Jones.
It's really good. It's way better than God of
All
War.
right, but we gotta say bye. So
Good night.
Thanks, everybody. Peace out. Talk to you next time. Cheers.
Auf Wiedersehen.